Hi, hi, everybody. Keeps not picking up my microphone. That makes me very upset. That makes me very frustrated. Hello, everybody. It's me, John. Yeah, I'll keep talking as that's the bit how we do things. Hello, it's me, John. Hi, we're here. We're here to talk about video games. We're here. It's video games. It's Gamesline.net, the video game website where we talk about video games, and we love video games. We cover them, and we do cool stuff together, right? And we edit, and we do a podcast. It's often as I'm the
We're
host. I'm
doing
John.
one of those things right now.
We're doing one right now.
Yeah.
That's what we do. I thought we made yummy cookies.
Not this time. Maybe
We
later.
couldn't compete with the elves.
Big Keebler at it again.
Okay, that looks way better.
Frickin' landlords.
Yeah. They're bastards. Folks, gaming has occurred the last couple of weeks. Holy shit. It's been a gamer palooza, and we've been playing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff came out, and there's been a lot of news. So I don't want to waste too much time. I know that we would love to, be buddy, hang out, chat, do all kinds of dumb shit, but I got stuff I gotta. We all got stuff. So let's just go ahead and hop right into it. But first, here are my illustrious co-hosts here. We've got Lily. Lily, you're here. Hello.
Hello.
What have you been up to lately, Lily? What is new with you?
Well, Next Fest just wrapped up. I've been going through all of those demos. In my personal life, I did just get back from a rock and mineral show. I did buy lots of rocks. Very tasty, very good. I enjoy eating them as a gamer. But otherwise, same old gaming.
I think you may have misconstrued gaming with being a brachiosaur. But
I need a gastrolith. You don't understand.
okay. We'll see what happens there. Nikolas, you are here. What has been going on your end?
Well, we're going to talk about what's been going on my end because the only thing that's been going on has been the most recent game I've been playing that I have to talk about.
Oh, well then, yeah, we'll probably talk about that.
Yeah, it has consumed my life. More than games usually do for the past week. I had to tell myself, so yesterday I told myself, okay, I'm going to force myself to not work on my personal artistic projects for this entire weekend, so that way when Monday comes, I can start doing it as a weekly thing and be excited about that because I'll have time to not do it. I was worried I was going to open everything up an hour after I said that to myself because that's what always happened. But then I turned the game on and it didn't happen because I was excited and I didn't get any work done. It's like, hell yeah. I stayed true to my word for once. That's awesome.
Good. And Rose, you are here as well. Want to update us real quick with whatever the hell is going on with you?
Yeah, I'm going to take the place of the Arachne agent in Marathon who tells you to kill a lot of people and loves when you kill people. And I'm going to give away code red when you kill people.
I mean,
Okay.
I killed someone just today.
Then you get a code red.
Hell yeah.
Wait, is that why you got the rocks? Because
Yeah.
they're heavy and easy to use?
Mm-hmm. Some of them are
Pokemon
sharp.
trainer quote.
Scary. But also refreshing. Let's just Mountain Dew Code Red. Not sponsored.
Exactly. Sponsored of the
Not sponsored. I wish Celsius would sponsor my ass. Oh my god, I would be saving a lot of money. Instead, they just take.
They just take and take.
That's what capitalism is. Folks. Oh my god. So much shit came out. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, I want to just get through the news. I know that's kind of weird, but that's less exciting, I think. I want to just get through this and then actually talk about the cool.
Sure.
All right. So we were gone for So there's a bit of a build up, but we'll try to get through this as possible. So last time we recorded, we talked about Xbox's whole ordeal here. Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond were out, and Phil was replaced by Asha Sharma, who again was to be in charge of like a portion of their AI section, which is always a good sign.
I
Always a good.
Nextlander did a good bit where they looked into all of the things that she has done before this, and it's a real dire list if you want to look it up. It's stuff like Instacart
Yeah,
COO, Meta like vice president, bunch of stuff like that. Really, really
nothing
not
good.
good.
Nothing good. Well, we do have an update on that end. She did post on twitter.com, the everyone's favorite fascist mouthpiece, to share that there will be a new Xbox, and they're calling it Project Helix right now. It's the code name. I guess they're getting out in front of it because they're gonna try to talk to people at GDC, which I guess makes sense. It's gonna leak. But they did confirm that it is going to play Xbox and PC games. This basically fully confirms that they are just going to be making PC that runs like a console. I mean, even though that's kind of what a console is, it's just they're just gonna make it more of a PC, more customizable. And I fully do not believe that is going to work out at all for them. I think this will be their last console. I think Xbox is out of the hardware business after this, a publisher, and they'll just put Game Pass on everything else. That is my opinion. This definitely smells like a kind of a just wrap it up, lady. Like Asha Sharma has been handed this just to be like, do what you can, I guess, but we don't expect this to last for a couple more years. This is done. So I don't
It's
know.
crazy.
How do we all feel about that?
I mean, I obviously have, I would say, broadly negative opinions on Microsoft at this stage, but like, it's really crazy to think like when the Xbox One X, that the powerhouse one, not the Series X, came out, they were talking about how the design blueprint for the Series X was initially going to be a modular console, right? Like something where it was more traditional to a PC, had the PC front face, which the Series X has a little bit of that in it, of like customizability, but it was going to be something like what they're describing for this console. And back then that was like, well, people hate Windows 10 and 8 and stuff, but sure, that could be fine. And now it's like Windows 11 is the front-facing thing. So the idea of a modular PC that has to run Windows 11, probably, right? That's
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like,
Ooh.
the big thing here is just that Windows is such a complete and total mess right now, and there is such an obvious alternative choice now. Like, we don't know exactly when it's coming out, and we also don't know the pricing and all that, but like, the Steam machine is going to be the exact competition, and we already know for a fact that Linux and SteamOS and all that is relatively simple to use, comfortable to
yeah.
use with the Steam Deck and everything, and also very customizable. So if there are aspects that you don't like, it's relatively simple to change that. So yeah, it feels like they're just I think them even to be as harsh as possible. I think them doing this at all is just like burning money. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's just there's no reason for them to do this. They have a literal better option that was announced previously that will just completely mog them. Like they should just not do this. They should just save the money and not do this. But they're going to, because they're a dumbass company that thinks that shoving a bunch of AI bullshit into it will make it more appealing to the consumer than the Steam machine is. Meanwhile, the Steam
Yeah.
machine literally just says to say, you have all your Steam games on it, and also you can edit it a bit. Like crazy.
But also, like, I just, to give you like a window into how this will probably go, you just need to look at their recent handheld attempts with like that fucking thing that costs $1,300 or whatever, and it
Ugh.
barely works and has like the worst control scheme of all time. Like, they're not going to put in the effort to make something that is even
Yeah.
remotely fun to
No,
engage with.
not at all. Yeah.
And they just canceled like all of their games in the last couple years, so it's like, what is there?
Nothing.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. And the people that like Call of Duty don't even like the one that just came out. So it's like nobody even wants
Yeah.
Call of Duty now. They're done. Like it's just that's
And
just it.
Game Pass has got to be on the way out. That's all I can think. Like, at least in its current iteration, I bet it turns into something that's more analogous to the Nintendo walled garden weirdness.
I mean, I fully believe that once they get out of the hardware race, they're just gonna be like, hey, you can play Xbox games on your PlayStation. The Xbox games are
Yeah.
just gonna be Call of Duty and Bethesda games and all that. And same with like Switch 2. They'll just be like, yeah, it's on your PlayStation and your Nintendo console and your PC and all that. And maybe they'll do some sort of hardware still here and there with like an Xbox branding just to be like, hey, here's this Game Pass machine, but like everyone's just gonna be buying Steam machines and then they're just gonna install Game Pass on their Steam machine if they even care to do that. Which they probably won't unless they specifically want to play fucking Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever. Like it's just it just feels like a really bad way. Like they are absolutely on their way out, and like I could I can't imagine them continuing to be like this in the future. Like like yeah, like they have good developers, quote unquote, like talented people, working on their Call of Duties and at Bethesda and everything. But like, at what point is it just like, yeah, we're doing Game Pass and then we're not making enough money from this to keep this going. We're just gonna stop doing this and we're gonna stop being a public. Like, I I don't see this continuing at all in like 10 to 20 years. Like, they're absolutely just gonna
Yeah.
be completely out at some point. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I still understand why people are still banging the drum for for boycotting Xbox, but I always just kind of want to like reply to them and just be like, it's like saying boycott getting a nail in your foot. Like, I'm gonna do that. Like, you don't have to ask me to do that. I'm just gonna do that. Like, it's just bad. It's just fucking bad over there, and they are on the way out. Um, rough. I feel for the staff as much as I feel for the staff of any company that is shooting themselves in the foot with the AI bullshit and the all this other stuff. But yeah, it's just fucking mess. Fucking mess. I don't know what else to say. It's just it's unfortunate because like there is a nostalgia to the Xbox brand. Like I Xbox 360 is one of the best consoles, I would say, straight up, like, of all time. But after that, they just blew it. They couldn't really.
You don't love the Kinect?
No.
Oh.
Really, not. They didn't keep up the momentum. Does anyone else have any thoughts here? Anything that they want to throw out about the stupid ass event? Xbox.
That sucks. You hate
That's
to see bad stuff, you know? You want good stuff, but
I do.
you know, maybe we get another Pentiment. I don't know. At least that's maybe
That would
in the
be nice.
future. And I can just play that on the computer.
I mean, I don't know. People seem to like Avowed.
It was fine. Yeah. I mean, it's inoffensive, right?
Best we can ask for right now.
I was watching an interview with that developer, actually, one of the directors for Avowed, and I thought there was this really funny moment where they were talking about how like an absurd amount of players just stopped leveling up in that game because they just like reached a point where they had enough skills and they were just like, oh, whatever, and then like they finished the game but just didn't level up. That's such a weird.
I mean, if it works.
Yeah, it's just I love that him being like, I don't know what we did wrong. What do we do? We're supposed to love leveling up.
Or go up. Why not?
What's
Um,
wrong?
yeah. But to kind of echo the Xbox stuff here, Sony is also doing. Oh my god, your website needs dark mode. This is hitting me like a nuclear bomb right now.
You're
I feel like
becoming Ben Starr at the Game Awards.
yeah, I feel like Northern Line playing CS2 like.
Oh God.
Yeah. I think this news is kind of related to the Xbox stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, Sony has not announced this, but Jason Schreier has dug up some info here that Sony is not going to be doing their ports anymore for their PlayStation 5 games. They were kind of flirting with it a little bit. I mean, they did what they I know they did uh they did Spider-Man and God of War and
Horizon.
Horizon. I don't know if they did Last of Us. That sounds right.
They did.
They
They
ported
did.
that
Okay.
Ratchet.
Yeah.
They did
PS5.
Ratchet, yeah, and they did that the Death Stranding 2 is soon.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's some stuff where it's like some of that is like an outside studio kind of thing, so that might still like stuff like that'll probably still happen. And like they
Yeah.
published Marathon, and Marathon got released on there, but Marathon's also like on Xbox and everything. Marvel Tokon I think is also going to be on Xbox and PC and all that. But stuff like Ghost of Yotei and Saros and Wolverine are not going to get PC. And I'm just kind of guessing that because they saw what's been going on with Xbox, with how they've been diluting their brand, as it were, and I think that I don't think this is the right lesson to take, but I also understand why they took this. Why they saw that and they were like, yeah, we
Yeah.
should just keep our because I think that them just releasing their games on PC like months later or a year later or whatever, I don't think that's diluting anything. Like people are gonna get
No.
those games on PS5 if they have a PS5, and then hell, they might rebuy it just because they're just gonna be like, oh, I can download mods or I can run it at a higher like. I don't think
But
it was a
they're
bad
like
idea at all.
no, but there are like two angles to this I could definitely see. One is obviously the core issue of the PlayStation 5 is it is quite literally the PS3 meme of there are no games. Like you
That is
look at an
true, yeah.
exclusivity list and it's like what Ghost of Yotei and Death Stranding 2 right now. Death Stranding 2 won't be soon. You look at the sales of the PS5 in Japan versus something like the Switch, which is significantly less than the PS4 was, because what is there? Like there was that whole thing about Monster Hunter Wilds, right? They thought Monster Hunter Wilds would be the big surge in PS5 sales, and then people just rented a PS5 to play Monster Hunter and then returned it.
Yeah.
But the second thing is that I do think that these secondary launches where they release like 8 to 12 months after the initial launch are bad for the game, and you don't see a lot of like the amount of return you would if it was launching day and date, and they don't want to do that, right?
No,
Because it's
because
like
I think that dilutes the At least to some people, it
To
dilutes the
Sony,
concept.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't. It's such a weird concept because it's like I get why putting stuff out on PC is a bad look immediately when you have a
Yeah.
console. But it's like, I have a console because I don't want to have to deal with all the bullshit with the PC stuff. But it's like, I don't know, like, there's so many layers to it. There's so many layers to it. But at the same time, I just think we're at the point where, like, PCs and consoles are so at parity, and you're...
Nobody's is gonna get better due to the world, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's I don't know. It's such a weird fucking thing going on, and I don't know. I can't really blame anyone for doing any of the things that they are doing right now. It's just like, it's a complete and total mess. But it's also just like, I don't know, it feels stupid, but it's also like, everything's fucking stupid right now, so whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. But like part of this thing is I do think like when we talk about how I mean we're gonna do it in this episode, right? There's a million fucking video games out, right? And you look at something like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and probably Death Stranding 2 when that comes out, and you're going to have this thing of how do you regain that mind share that was existing when it came out for this game coming out a year later on PC or whatever? And the answer is you don't, because like what's going to come out at the same time? Like the new hot indie game, like the new someone else's freaking Souls like or something is going to come out like the same week, and then nobody's going to talk about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
It's just, it's a
I
mess.
get it, but it's very silly.
I don't have an answer, but you know, I don't have to. Good luck out there, everybody. And then, yeah, to kind of round out the big three conversation here. Gonna be a big two. Well, unless, I guess, maybe Valve. I don't know. We'll see. To speak about what you've been talking about, the crazy shit that's going on. Hey, Nintendo's suing the U.S. government over the tariffs. Which, that's fucking nutty. That's a lot. Yeah, there's let me see here. Yeah, we got a bunch of news coming out about it. Like a big old write up here on Aftermath that I'm trying to parse through because it's just a lot going on. But for the most part, it's just like, hey, the government tried to force tariffs through because Donald Trump's a fucking moron and doesn't understand what tariffs are and what they do and how any of that works. And it just made a bunch of people lose a bunch of money, have to overpay for things, and then the Supreme Court shut them down. And then Trump still continued to try to make new ones, just for no reason, because he just wants to win, because he's a dumbass. But Nintendo's not by themselves. There are 1,000 companies that are suing the U.S. government for the illegal implementation of the tariffs. And they're just trying to make their money back. And I respect that, but there is also a lot of, you know, a lot of normal ass people overpaid for things, because of these tariffs, and they're probably not going to get their money back because they don't have the ability to sue the government wide scale like this. Um, Probably not really like a class action kind of thing that can go through. I don't think. Doesn't I don't know. I don't know enough about government and the like and law to say if that's something that could happen. But yeah, I mean there is going to be some sort of system apparently eventually that may refund some of the money, but they're just, you know, they can say that all they want and they're just going to say no. They're just going to say, "Oh, we can't." Oh, they're going to drag their feet. And it's just I don't know. I don't want to be. I don't want to be too much of a government complainer man on the video game podcast. But I mean, pretty much everything that has been going on in the past few weeks has just been a fucking moron swerving a wheel around and having people trying to tell him to do things, and it's just been a horrible disaster for everybody all over the world. And there's no consequences, and that's very, very frustrating. I don't know what else to say, but I mean, it would be. I wish that there was some way that Nintendo could do Nintendo Ninja shit and do the government into poverty, but I don't think that's possible. So, at the very least, I would just like to be able to say that Nintendo beat the government in court. That would just be kind of funny. That's the best we can do. Funny.
Yeah.
Is there an option where they could both lose?
In this instance, I do not think so.
Domain explodes.
I mean, that is a very separate thing. I think that is something that would have to happen in a different court. This specific instance.
I just want a judge to announce that they're both awful and both of them are going in timeout.
And then Otto runs in with a surfboard like the end of that one Simpsons episode. It was a fake court the whole time. Have you seen the image that's like my tier list ranking of the Nintendo versus the US government video thumbnails?
No, but that sounds good.
It's really good, but I need to find it. Okay, yeah, hang on.
Yeah, do we? Yeah, I mean, how many of them have? I mean, they won't have Mario crying in them, right? Like, they don't have that one Mario thing where he's like looking right at the. I don't think we have that. I don't think they're gonna use that image.
I keep thinking about that fucking image I saw it reposted on Blue Sky yesterday. That was like a picture of Mr. Potato Head, and it says they ruined the game. Oh, I have it.
Some of these are pretty good. Yeah, these images. I
this downloading it so I can put it on my own stream.
I think the blue shell hitting the White House should be rated higher.
That was really good.
Yeah. I always love I love the Spawn Wave guy. Yeah, please. Thank you. I always love Spawn Wave guy because he's just like the most angry man ever. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah, the blue shell is fucking insane.
This is phenomenal.
I love the
underrated. They put it down at C. The one of the guy wearing the beanie and the fucking sweatshirt just standing there in front of the Capitol building is actually one of the best ones.
It's really good.
They don't like Lawyer Mario.
Yeah, that one or the Spawn Wave one is always so fucking good just because he's like the most angry looking man of all time. Like I can say this, I kind of have a rested bitch face, I get it, but like just every fucking thumbnail is just and he'll be talking about like something that he's really excited about. He'll be like, I got a bunch of new GameCube games that I've been looking forward to.
This one? Why is this one at the bottom?
It looks like shit.
Yeah,
looks like they put it in a
Mario movie one next to it is maybe the worst one. Easy.
Lawsuit.
Easily the worst one.
Lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean that one's like AI generated. Like that's an AI generated Mario. That's
I do like the one on the
worst.
far right that just says
Yeah, that one was really good.
I mean, the one above it kind of implies that an army of Pikachu are coming to kill Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He has to fight them off.
It's like the Bionicles in the Arctic.
Yeah. Man, he's always getting involved with armies and these fucking. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Blue Shell hitting the White House.
That's
is
the
probably
best one. That is the best one. Putting that in only A tier is
It's
crazy.
either that one or this one at the top of S. I really like
That one's really good too. Like, don't get me wrong, that one's really good. I do really like the Mario with the huge eyes, and also just like the random guy just like that's really good. Like, who the fuck is that?
Kind of shocked and upset expression in the middle.
No. Like, I don't know. I can't imagine like the kind of person who is
Look how scary he is.
yeah, the kind of person who is genuinely upset in a like please stop fighting kind of way about this like
My two Blorbos.
yeah, like I love Donald Trump and Nintendo. Like, I can't imagine that person existing, but like they absolutely do, and that is absolutely the face that they're pulling right now. Just being like, I want you to be friends. Like, insane stuff. YouTube thumbnails are fucking crazy. Thank you for sharing that. And for those of you that are only listening to the audio version of this podcast, I am sorry, and you are welcome.
Put a JPEG in the show notes or something.
Sure. You're also welcome to DM me a picture of your middle finger, I guess. There you go. Okay. But yeah, fucking insane. Fucking insane. Damn. Okay. Let's just keep clipping through the news here. Keep clipping. We got a we got a new Pokemon game.
Yeah.
They did up the Pokemon Presents, and it was mostly a bunch of hooey. They didn't have too much stuff going on for the most part. But at the end, they went, "Oh hey, Gen 10." It's called Pokemon Winds and Waves, which does line up with stuff that leaked previously, and some of the other things that leaked also lined up with that. I'm not going to get too specific because I don't want to get in trouble. But it looks very nice. It looks really, really pretty. They definitely are working on the graphics here. And they showed off the new starters, which is a little green angry bird called Brout, and then a little fire Pomeranian named Pombon, and a little cunty gecko named Gekwa. Those are our three starters. I think they all look pretty cute. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I thought this time was a pretty banger because usually there's one. I mean, I usually always like the 3 baby ones. I'll say broadly, and then it's like that. Then after that, no,
It's
I
up in the
want to
air.
see fucking whatever the fucking Sobble of evolution is. I don't the emo cut. I don't know about that one.
Well, how do you feel about Inteleon? Like Inteleon?
No.
No. I went with
even
Inteleon.
like
I like
Greninja.
Inteleon. You don't like Greninja?
No.
Wow. That's like saying you don't like a popular character.
I like Greninja a little more when he got crazy animations, but he's still not like I liked the entire Delphox line. I liked the entire Chestnut line, honestly, even like especially once they got the Mega Chestnut. I really liked that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like Mega Delphox. I am a little upset about how bad its ability is, but crazy. They were like, "Oh hey, we have a Pokemon that specifically uses psychic terrain. If it's Mega dodges psychic terrain, what the hell are you doing?"
They love doing stuff like that. I always think of when they released Alolan Raichu and it couldn't learn electric terrain unless you did like an insane breeding path or whatever.
I mean, that's kind of cool, but like the fact that it's just like,
but
no,
it was
you
like
just...
you had to import a Pokemon from an old game.
I think what they wanted to do is okay. So here's what it was. They wanted you to run it in doubles with like Tapu Koko.
Yeah.
But the only people that are running doubles are VGC. People just they're just like, come play VGC, come play our official tournament, and it's like, I just want to play on Smogon. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, but no, I'm pretty excited from what they've shown. You know, obviously, I'm a fucking freak. I'm gonna be excited no matter what. I'm gonna play it no matter what. You know, like, I played fucking Brilliant Diamond. I didn't like it, but I played it. I bought it day one. So
my sincere hope is just that based on that leak, this game's was going to initially have a bunch of proc gen stuff. Not in like a bad way, just proc gen stuff. We know roguelikes, etc., so on and so
yeah,
forth. As long as that is relegated to like something like their wild areas or their whatevers, like weird side zones, I think that's fine.
there has been some other reporting that says that got cut.
Okay. I
Yeah.
also wouldn't complain about that because proc gen is the game killer. Like you read that stuff about Mass Effect and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make proc gen," and then they make the worst game.
Yeah, I mean the stuff that they were saying was that there was just gonna be like there were gonna be specific like cities and all that were like where you do the gym battles and everything, but then like just spread out across the ocean, there was just gonna be like proc gen islands that you would go to. But but the reporting said they cut that, so we'll see. We'll see what it actually is. We'll see all the gimmicks and all that, because we don't even know what like the gimmicks are or what they're gonna add or remove or whatever. Like we don't know what's going on other than we know Brout and Amban and Gekwa. You know, three motherfuckers, and we've seen the trainers, and that's it. So, oh, and it's not coming out until next year. So,
yeah. That's good.
Yeah, got more time to cook.
They better make Filipino or regional form Psyduck. That's all I'm saying.
Sure. It's I think it's supposed to specifically be Malaysia.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's in that area.
We're finally out of Europe, thank God.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for, all different kinds of unique locations, because yeah, like as much as I enjoyed the Japanese areas, and like I still think it's cute that they made like a New York area and but yeah, I think moving away from Europe is a good idea. Like, definitely something like that. Like I would love to see a like an African Pokemon.
Wait, John, can I make a joke?
Yo.
Moving away from Europe is a good idea. Me when I'm a pilgrim in the 1600s. Okay, thank you.
That's a good one. That was a good one. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Let's see here.
5 remake so they can go to the US. I understand.
Yep.
I want Gen 5 remakes just because I want to play through those games without HMs. That's it. That's it.
I'm sure there's a ROM hack out there for you.
I've looked. I couldn't find one. Maybe. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Here's a goofy ass story that happened. The folks that made RoboCop Rogue City. What? I gotta pull up the actual. Taeyon. They put out a patch for the game a few days ago that people downloaded and started messing around with, and immediately found out, oh, this isn't RoboCop Rogue City. This is
I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, this is a new Hunter the Reckoning game. So yeah, a new Hunter the Reckoning game that is a first-person shooter like similar to the RoboCop game got leaked because someone accidentally like uploaded the in progress exe to Steam, leaked it. It's I feel bad, but it is also very funny.
It's a really funny thing to be like, oops, accidentally updated to another game.
But at the same time, like I will say that people are reacting positively to this. Like, people did really like that RoboCop game, and
yeah,
their sort of expertise does line up with the kind of thing that Hunter the Reckoning is. Like Hunter is a like a tabletop thing. Isn't it? Billy, you will know. Isn't it in
I
like
will know.
yeah? Isn't it in the same universe as Vampire the Masquerade, or am I wrong?
Yeah, the
Correct.
World of Darkness.
It's World of
Okay.
Darkness.
Okay. Yes, so it's that same concept, or not concept, same universe, but first person shooter. So yeah, I think I bet that game will be good. I do want to pick up that RoboCop game sometime, that because everyone I know
It's
who's
cute.
played it has liked it.
You bought it for me.
I did.
I'm pretty sure that I know I got it as a gift, and also, at this point, you've bought me many other video games that have been on life-changing tier. But yeah, I played it.
RoboCop changed your life.
It changed it because I did not play RoboCop before, and now I have played RoboCop. So objectively speaking, it did
Yeah,
change something.
Your life changed by being RoboCop.
I've never shot so many dicks in a video
Yeah.
game. Listen, if you're gonna score me for it,
No,
Bullet Storm.
Yeah, there you go. Remove creep. Yeah, no, very good. Again, like I said, it's a shame that this happened the way that it did, but it's also very funny, and also people are excited about it. So
yeah, so I'm sure they will be, as long as that developer gets to live another day.
Yeah.
That's
because
we can never be sure these days.
yeah.
Because Nacon did have, I think they've been having some like funding problems, but
Yeah.
at the very least, I think these folks should be okay. Like again, like they put out something that was relatively low budget with the RoboCop game and turned it into something that was fairly successful. Like I think they have a good niche of just like fun, like semi-polished, lowish budget first-person shooters. Like adaptations of different media and all that. Like the kind of stuff that you would get on like PS2 and on the same level as like I don't know, like Predator Hunting Grounds or something like
Yeah.
Which we need that because those games are the classics. Those are the ones that are like, oh yeah, we gotta remember that. We need those games.
You
So
hype
we
for
need
the new Turok hero shooter game, whatever the fuck they were making. It's not a hero shooter, but
it's
it's
like a co-op thing. I mean,
yeah,
it could be cool.
You're like, oh, maybe.
It could be cool. Look, I don't know. I don't care. I don't really care about multiplayer stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. They should make a new Turok first person shooter. They should just make a single player Turok game. Anyway, okay. Speaking of shooters, by the time you hear this, there's a good chance that High Guard will be shut down.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't arrest the shield breaker to break the enemy keep. God
Shatter
damn it.
the enemy keep.
Shatter. No.
You will never be able to go back. You will never play High Guard.
Just reminding you that you missed out on playing High Guard and there's no going back.
There's no going back.
Which
The
is
funny thing
genuinely-
is,
oh,
I
insane.
literally tried. And the game was like, you don't have secure boot enabled. We're going to kill you with hammers. And then it just closed, and I was like, okay, great.
Dang, I need to get the Blue Sky post of like the fake High Guard account where it was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I fucked up. I just wanted to promote my favorite game ever. This fucking kills me. I love this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel bad for I feel bad for folks who are just their job trying to make something that they care about, but at the same time, the hero shooter that was released during the the time where nobody wants a new hero shooter because they're either playing Overwatch or Marvel Rivals or whatever. And it was kind of released to fail because they gave it no breathing room whatsoever. I knew people that legitimately liked it. Like I have friends who played High Guard regularly for a good while, and they wanted it to keep going. They wanted to see it improve because there was something there. Because like they had talented folks working there. Like it was the ex Titanfall folks, so there was something there, but it was absolutely just outside interference because it was it NetEase, right? Am I right about that? Was it?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
revealed to be. Oh no, Tencent.
10 Cent. Okay, 10 Cent that sent them the funding for this, and then they just seemingly saw that it wasn't the biggest thing in the world overnight, and then nixed it instead of letting it have time to grow, maybe tightening up some things, and maybe having a good audience. Like it was just this game is, it's people are talking about it in the same breath as like Concord and Love Live 2 and all that, and it's like, yeah, like you can see why, because it just came out, it flopped, and nobody's gonna ever be able to play it ever again pretty soon. Like, just
If you look into like those interviews and stuff they have with ex developers on it and things like that, you really get this picture of like they just really thought that they could do Apex Legends, which is such an insane concept for a startup new studio to do, because like the entire point of, like, I hate saying this because obviously it's the people that make the games, right? But in the broader cultural sense, it's just names that get people in this space, specifically the shooter space. And it's like when Apex Legends Shadow dropped, that's EA marketing levels that you can just pump everywhere. It was, in an era before all the secure boot stuff where people have to, set up their computer basically to play the game.
Mhm.
It wasn't as demanding as High Guard, like, performance wise. And also, like, it was Respawn, and people were dying for Titanfall 2, and they were like, oh, yes, another Respawn shooter. Thank God they're not just making fucking
there
Medal
was
of
a
Honor
there
VR
there was an
games.
actual name there, and it was being pushed by a big company.
Yeah.
And like, I mean,
And
if
it's like,
if
you
Tencent had
can't do
maybe
that.
put like marketing money behind it, then maybe, but they didn't. Like,
But not as a shadow drop,
yeah,
right?
no,
Like, it would
exactly.
never have worked as a shadow drop.
No.
Like, that's insane. That's like if fucking Play the Spire 1 came out and they did nothing. Like, right? They just fucking threw it out there and they were like,
Yeah.
all right, find it. It's like, no. But like, if
Um,
you look into the stuff with the developers, they're talking about like so many of them wore 7 hats at any given time, stuff like that. How insane it was. They had a concept artist who also designed the website and also like did some modeling on the side. And it's like, no, no,
and
no, 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 no.
that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Yeah, just it was doomed to fail for sure. And I mean, it's a shame, like it was like people are clowning on it, and I think that I think it's an overcorrection of hating on the Game Awards. Like again, the Game Awards deserve criticism, but I think the way that people treat it is way overblown. And
Yeah.
people being like, "Oh, this was like the big ending reveal or whatever." It's like,
Who gives a shit?
who cares? And also, like, like I can't say for sure that Keeley didn't take money for whatever, but like that guy is just, he loves an underdog story, but or like a comeback story. He loves comeback story. Like the year before, it was Okami 2, because that was a comeback story. He pushed Kojima so much because it was a comeback story after he got fired from Konami. Like, he just wants to constantly have comeback stories, and this was just another one of those because it was like, it's the ex Titanfall and Apex people. Y'all love Titanfall. Here's something that's Titanfall. That is 100% why he did it. Maybe not 100%, but like I want to say like maybe 90%. He probably took some money for it. Whatever. It's just like, I think people ascribe a lot of like, I don't know if malice is the right word. Jeff, I've said this so many times. Like I think that he is just a helpful idiot in the games industry with regards to like the marketing aspect, because he just wants video games as a, he just wants happy joy video games forever, and like that's not sustainable. But I think people coming at him like he's the major villain of video games is like want someone to be mad at. That's what I feel like.
He is an arm of marketing, which is the true big evil of video
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
I mean, I think it's mostly just a matter of people, they don't really want to be mad at him. They just want to be more mad at the Game Awards. And he is a big fixture of that. Like, to a lot of people, and personally to me, like, those basically go together. Jeff Keighley does other stuff, of course, but that's like the big thing he is to most people who engage with games. And like people just hate the Game Awards. Like this last one, I tried going, okay, I'll ignore this. I won't watch this. I'll work on something else, or I'll play games, or I'll be happy about something instead of sitting there for hours and not really being interested in it, because I'm not a person who likes those award shows. And people were constantly like, hey, did you see this new thing that looks awful? Hey, did you see this new thing you don't like? It's like people just engage with it to get mad at it. It's really frustrating.
You should tell those people to fuck off. Like just like I watch it, but that's because I enjoy keeping up with the stuff, and it's partially my job, and also like it doesn't bother me that much. But I mean, if it did bother me that much, then yeah, go somewhere else, do something else. If you care about award shows, support the other award shows that are going on. And if you don't care, do something else. Do something else. Who cares? It's just a
cure
stupid
your
ass
irony
fucking
poisoning.
yeah. And if you want to, and if you don't want to watch it, you just want to hear what got announced. Like it literally fucking, like Wario64 tweets or posts it. Like it's fine.
Yeah,
Whatever.
just go look it up later.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, if we're gonna tie back to some Game Awards stuff, though, some stuff that got a trailer. Boy. So yeah, so NetEase, and also to kind of tie back to NetEase as well. Nagoshi Studio, run by Toshihiro Nagoshi, who creator of Super Monkey Ball, as well as Yakuza, but specifically the header of Yakuza. They had announced their new game, Gang of Dragon, which is their Yakuza, but with the serial number filed off thing. Well, they announced it, and they said that it was going to come out, etc., etc., etc. And this has been apparently like in the works for ages. Like the studio was formed, I think, in like 2021 or something, right? Like he left Sega and went over to do this. Like
Yeah, because there was the whole thing of they wanted to make him an executive, and he was like, no.
Yeah. So, this has been in the process for a very long time. Like maybe not the specific game, but just in general. And apparently, the NetEase has let them know that they are intending to cut off funding for Gang of Dragon, specifically because they Nagoshi Studio put out a feeler saying that they needed another 7 billion yen, or $44.4 million, to finish the game. Again, even though this has been in development for a very long time, it's just one of those like, what have you been doing up until now? Why is this so expensive? What is going on here? It seems like just a like in this instance, like I'm not gonna say this to give it to NetEase or whatever, but this does kind of seem like it's more of a managerial problem on Nagoshi Studio's side.
It could be, but also there's like a lot of layers of the Chinese local market is getting more popular in terms of premium titles, that they want to use that money to invest locally. They get grants from the government for doing that, stuff like that. But also in recent times, specifically with the rise of, alt-right in Japan, really insane people, you're having this thing where China's relationship with Japan is getting worse, and you have, I mean, did you see what happened with Honkai Star Rail?
No, I saw like I mean I've seen some people like saying like hey they're doing all that like AI stuff allegedly and all
Oh yeah.
that. But
No, this is more they were going to release a planet that was called Edo Star, themed after Japan, and
oh,
doing a bunch of Japanese stuff, and all the characters were named Japanese things. And then uh they, because of all the reactionary stuff against, genuine racism and stuff like that from Japan, they just took a 2-week delay and basically filed all the Japanese stuff off of it, changed the Sakura Blossoms orange, and changed everyone's name to like Yongguang instead and stuff like that. And it's like fucking crazy.
that's
Like,
great.
so I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that of, hey, we could get in the good graces and get some excuses from a conservative government in, China or
Yeah.
something if we go away from this Japanese game and dumping money into that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a very Japanese game. Like it's it's set in the same like it's not exactly.
Yeah, but it is. Yeah, and like also NetEase does this. They've been doing this for the last year and so. Like that Mana game came out and Visions of Mana, and they immediately killed the studio like instantly. So I expect this from them. I bet it is literally as simple as, oh, we can get more money if we don't do this, and they just hopped.
I mean, yeah, like NetEase pulled back from a lot of different studios. I mean, hell, like the Grasshopper was like purchased by NetEase or whatever, and I think they pulled out from that, and then they ended up still releasing Romeo, and that I don't know how successful that was, but they got that out there. Um, but the fact that it seems like they're having to ask for a shit ton more money is like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. So there's a good chance that Ghost Studio might just straight up shut down. They're apparently still trying to find more funding to finish Gang of Dragon, but nobody's biting. So doesn't sound like a good chance. It's a real bummer, especially because how the Yakuza series is going right now. A lot of people are kind of hanging their hat on Gang of Dragon to fill that gap. And now it seems like that might not happen. So that's a bummer. But one last bit of news here that is not a bummer is good news. Cookie Blair, little girl, 5 years old, from New Jersey, got a video game about her life called Cookie's Bustle. This game was it was difficult to talk about this game. Why? Because some guy fucking insane. One person out there had some kind of weird vendetta against or for Cookie's Bustle. We can't tell. Basically, if a video was released showing gameplay footage of Cookie's Bustle or any other kind of conversation about Cookie's Bustle, I saw that like there were even some like Discord messages that were getting DMCA'd. An individual going by Brandon White or using the corporation name Graceware would send DMCA takedowns for Cookie's Bustle, and just because of the way that DMCA, and how individuals who are just trying to play a silly video game online didn't have the legal rights or the legal means to fight back against this, those videos would just get taken down, which again is crazy. There's no reason for this to happen. Like, this is all fair use. This is all the kind of stuff where like if you had the legal means to push back against it, it would probably be in and out. And luckily, the Video Game History Foundation does have those did have those legal means, and they went through a lawyer and pushed against the the Graceware company, and pretty much cleared the air and made it say, "Hey, yeah, no, nobody can DMCA Cookies Bustle. Nobody owns Cookies Bustle. This is like an abandonware kind of like, an orphan uh product. Maybe somebody owns the rights to it, but nobody really knows. But you can stream Cookies Bustle now. You can upload videos about Cookies Bustle. The classics of game videos are coming back up. The streamer Sebmal, who is a big Cookies Bustle fan, like posted his. He had to like secretly stream it. I saw like he streamed it like on Twitch and then couldn't save the VOD on Twitch because he was like, yeah, I can't, like, it's gonna get DMCA'd. But then once this got announced, he was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna upload the VOD onto YouTube. Finally, it's saved. And so yeah, there's a whole write up on gamehistory.org/cookies-bustle if you want to read that. But they went ahead and did the work to make it so this like single weird motherfucker can't just DMCA everybody about this bizarre random ass uh Japanese PC game about a little bear girl that goes on weirdo adventures. And I mean, you know what? The other thing too is that there is an English translation patch that is relatively available. So if you want to play Cookies Bustle, you can do that. Check it out.
It's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah. Video Game History Foundation does incredible work. I will always, always, always respect what they're. The fact that they were just like, yeah, we are going to go out of our way, because they were also affected by this. Like they like hosted a long play of the game or site and all that because they wanted to preserve it because it kept getting taken down. Like Vinny Vinesauce played it and like the his stream got like DMCA'd and all that, but it's all back now. People can check out this crazy ass game however they want, and it's a good day. This is one of those like finally something good happened kind of stories. Yeah, like nobody knows why this person was doing this. Like it was just some random ass person DMCAing all the Cookies Bustle content. Isn't it great that people can just do that?
No.
No, yeah, it's all right. Well, that's the news. I don't know. Is there anything that we missed or anything else before we start going in our rotation talking about games?
I think that was everything.
Rose, you have a big old list here.
Yeah.
There's some overlap. But
Yeah.
Rose, we'll start with you. Hit us with something. What's going on with you? What's something new that you've been playing?
All right, so real quick, just because I'm working on the review now for it, but I finished The Legend of Heroes: Trails Beyond the Horizon, the most recent Trails game. I've
Yeah.
talked about that on the podcast before. Crazy ending. Crazy ending for the crazy game. You have finished first chapter, John, so you know that ending's a little crazy.
It's a little crazy.
And a lot of Trails games have crazy endings. I would say like first chapter, the first Cold Steel game has a pretty crazy ending. Stuff near the ending of Daybreak 1 is pretty crazy. But this is like, wow, they not only is this one that's crazy for the characters involved, but it's also very, far-reaching and actually fully explaining the lore of the setting in a really deeper way that makes a lot of things make sense from across all the games, which is pretty cool. I was very surprised that the secondary story dungeon that exists in that game. There's like a thing where you go in and you do the normal Trails game, but then there's also like a side dungeon mode where you go around dungeons to level up or whatever. And in that side mode, they put in a freaking character from Trails to Azure.
Okay.
And they explained his backstory years and years later. and it's completely insane. And I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun thinking about all of the different things and like cross-referencing past things that have happened in the games and going, oh, that makes sense now. Really fun stuff. Really, really fun stuff. It's the type of thing you can only do when you decide to make 12 continuous games.
Right.
It's awesome. Fucking awesome. But this one we've both been playing.
Yeah, sure, we could talk about this.
Resident Evil 9 Requiem. How much have you played?
I just got to the I just got to the part where you're playing as Grace and you jump into the big hole.
Okay.
That was what I started.
So I believe you're a little ahead of me just because I'm moving slow.
I'm also
just
going slowly just because my roommates are asking me to play it for them, so I can only
guess
do it
why I'm
whatever.
going slow.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? Like, yeah.
John is a live-in Twitch streamer.
That's kind of what I'm doing, yeah. I'm like
That's what I feel like too.
It's really funny because I didn't have a ton of expectations for the protagonist, like because you know Leon, like everyone knows
Oh yeah,
Leon,
he's Leon.
but it was fascinating when it came out because like again I don't go here, but the amount of sheer wet cat memes circulating the other protagonist
If you saw her, it's crazy.
It's I have very layered feelings about Grace because I like her as a character. I think it's fun to have a Courage the Cowardly Dog ass character that is constantly stammering and running away from all the monsters and having to still, buck up and do the mission and all that. But then it's like she's an FBI agent. Why is she so
How is she this bad? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
what's going
like,
on?
You go to a
And-
crime scene and she's like, hello,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Oh, jeez.
And she's like they send her to like the fucking hotel that has like her specific like the place that her mom was killed in front of her, and they're just like, hey, go check that out again. We hear that there's like more murder stuff happening there. You should go look and
I
by
like
yourself
how
right now.
angry her boss is when he tells her to. Also,
Listen,
like,
I don't
he's
fucking
pissed.
care. Stop being traumatized now. Go by yourself.
That's how therapists talk to me.
Yeah. What better way to get over your trauma than to go to the incredibly dilapidated husk in the rain of the place?
I think the favorite video that I saw is that there's like a little like statue, like a jiggly statue of a raccoon. And someone like because her hands are like pre-programmed to shake like crazy, they just put her in front of it so it just looks like she's having like a panic attack induced by tchotchke.
Yeah, and like and I may be like overreaching because like there is like maybe some like accidental like sexism going on here because it's just like you got the lady going on and she's the one that's like not able to do as much cool badass shit as the guy who's a 51-year-old man who's doing it's one of those things where it's like I understand the criticism and I will stand by it, but I still love what's going on in the game where it's like it's one of those it's like I will criticize this while also just being like, but also it's fun as fuck and also it's funny and and it doesn't like harm my appreciation of the game. Like that's really what it is. It's like we can see we can live in society and understand the concepts and also just be like, but also in this instance it's just stupid fun, whatever. Like
John, did you see what she's looking at on her laptop in the flashback cutscene?
I mean, I've seen like photoshops of that where she's looking at like Quan Chi.
She's genuinely in game because people dug up the texture. She is looking at Reddit and she is reading a thread where they talk about the events of RE7 and refer to Jack as that crazy guy.
That's why she's like that.
That's incredible.
Okay.
She's I mean, like again, you know, people are making like wet cat posts, and you know, everyone is saying like, you know, like she would be like, you know, that she'd be telling everybody how easy it is to hack your 3DS. Like that is the kind of
Yeah.
like person she is. Like she's
But
like
also she makes fucking she does crafting with her blood.
she just
It's awesome.
crafts shit, and it's fun. It's really fun. Like I do very much love playing the game. It's a blast. Um
So like obviously all of the Resident Evil games at this point are kind of like on a spectrum.
mhm.
Like if Resident Evil 6 is like peak Resident Evil as Gears of War, and like Resident Evil, you know, like the earlier ones or 7 are the reprisal of the horror stuff. A lot of people talk about how this is kind of segmented in half, but where would you two kind of say it falls in that from what you've played so far?
It's I would say, especially given that it just came out, it's very much just they stacked the RE2 remake underneath the RE4 remake.
Mhm.
Like or on top of, because it's definitely the pronounced part, I think, broadly. Like
Mhm.
you spend the most time in Grace's sections, and then Leon sections, they're not short, but they are like these sequences where you're just kind of fucking shit up really hardcore style. Like you are doing the melee attack. Like I love the melee attack difference between them, where Grace just sort of like pushes them over, and Leon does, a suplex or like
Yeah.
shoves them in the wall instantly. There's this beautiful moment of the immediate moment you get to play as Leon, where you you just finished doing the tutorial as Grace, where one zombie is super scary to deal with, and then you just play as Leon, and he is doing knife parry or hatchet parries. Uh, he's fucking throwing like shit he finds on the ground into the distance to one shot a zombie. He's fucking like doing judo kicks and stuff, and it's such a weird divide, but it also feels really good.
I think you I want to mention I don't know if you got far enough. It's like they there's an enemy that you that run into as both Grace and Leon, where it's like with Grace is this big hulking like blob monster guy, and you have to like run away from him pretty much. Like there's no way for you that you could kill him unless you do like a bunch of like stealth stuff that you do, because you can like craft items that allow you to basically one shot a zombie, or like it's basically just like a T virus suppressant thing that you can craft. Um and so like, you know, zombies will can sometimes pop back up after you kill them. So if you use that, it gets rid of them. But the big blob guy, if you sneak up on him, you can use it like 3 or 4 times, and then it just takes him out, which is cool. But then you play as Leon after you do all this stuff with Grace, and then you just fight another one of those guys, and you are just shotgun blasting it in the face. You're driving the fucking hatchet into its brain. Like you're just killing the hell out of this thing that like maybe 20 minutes ago you were running away from all scared. And it's like it's so dumb. It's so fun. And you know, like you get into Leon's inventory. Like I Grace's inventory is the, like, you know, Resident Evil 7 and 8 sort of just like the squares and all that. You start playing as Leon, you open up his inventory, and it is the fucking attaché case. And as soon as I saw that, I just
So good.
felt so I felt peace in my heart. It was so nice. Um yeah, so for I haven't played past that obviously, but like from what I've read, they do it does kind of just become the Leon game after a bit, which is a bit of
Okay.
a shame in the sense that like I would like it to be like even, but I don't know, it's
I mean, I'd still take it's the Leon game over. Listen, I enjoyed Village a little bit. I was not so hot on 7. I think even if there are ideas within both those games, they don't feel very good to play. and the structure of them can be very at odds.
I love both of
with,
those games very much, but I understand.
But like
And
compare that to this, like
this is way better. This is better.
yeah,
It's better.
and that's what I mean. Is it's like they were doing all right for a while, where it was like this is fun, sure, this is good, but now this is like, oh shit, this is you remade those Resident Evil games, and now you remembered how to make them.
Yeah. It's great. I'm really into it. I got the Switch 2 version. I haven't messed with that yet too much. I ended up just messing with, because I got the bundle thing, which I guess is like hard to come by now, so I'm glad I got it when I did. I played just like a little bit of 7 to see how it is, and you know what? That is perfectly fine. Like, that is just Resident Evil 7. Like, that is a perfect port. No problems whatsoever on Switch 2. It's got friggin' gyro aiming if you want to do that even. Like, it's great. I didn't start up 8 yet, and I haven't tried 9 on the Switch 2 yet, but it's really cool that they just have those games running on a portable console like that. That very neat. I'm glad that Resident Evil is doing stuff, and I can't wait to see what else they do in the future. If this isn't, I mean, it's not gonna be the last one. Whatever they do. I mean, they're supposedly doing more remakes and stuff, so I want to see what happens with Code Veronica and Zero and all that shit. See how that goes. And
I really enjoy it.
Lily, what's up with you? What is going on with you?
So, as our big ultra kill gamer, presently at 785 hours on Steam, there was an update. We got fraud.
Fraud.
I hear that in my head all the time too. So the interesting thing about fraud. So Ultra Kill has kind of always played really, really heavily with intentionally impossible places. You're kind of always going down, but there is an infinite amount of cavernous spaces for you to bounce around. Even more insane in fraud. I said previously to all of you in private, but I'll just repeat it again. I have never seen so efficiently level design and game design that is literally outstripping the engine that it is attached to. Because like you have like infinite recursive like plummeting hallways where you're getting attacked on all sides and enemies can attack you from all angles, and their attacks can recurve through different portals essentially to still hit you. And so I don't know how to say this succinctly, but like there's like an episode of The Simpsons where Bart like plays a game that makes him like foam at the mouth. This tier is like overstimulation the level pack, because like I've gotten used to it now having played it multiple times. But I did feel a little bit like Germa in Hell for a few moments, because it really does feel like the "we are under fucking attack" image, because it really just is the culmination of everything that Ultra Kill has done thus far. As a again, my controversial opinion is that Ultra Kill is not a shooter. But
Okay,
The
hang on.
Huh?
You're just gonna say that and move on. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's a way of
Okay,
life.
so I'll explain what I mean.
Please do. I'm sorry, but what?
Ultra Kill is not a shooter. It is a character action game delivered in first person. And
Ah, yeah.
while there are shooting mechanics, its emphasis is not on resource management or the necessity of secret hunting to resource manage. It is almost, I would argue, like 80% character action DNA, where everything is built on the self expressiveness of the mechanics, the enemies, and the level design. And the gun elements are mostly just the medium by which you are delivering those particular elements. Like,
Okay.
it's the difference between, like, I don't know, comparing something like Doom to ULTRAKILL. Yes, they both technically take place in hell, and yes, there are guns involved, but it's also kind of like not strictly accurate to call them sharing that much DNA, aside from the fact that they're in first person.
Okay. You said something insane and then you explained it and it made sense. Okay, you're good. I free you.
Okay, okay, I've been freed from stasis. I forgot my train of thought. But I will say that essentially what ended up happening with that whole level, Nikolas and I were talking about 8-3, and
Yes.
8-3 is like the longest non like sanctum level
It's longer
that
than
has been
32,
put
pretty
out.
sure.
Uh it is an insane length of time to be playing for like if you're not speed running, if you're not intentionally using speedrun tech. I haven't really done a speedrun of it yet. I have just kind of played it relatively fast. It's a really long time to maintain your focus to play it well. And it's especially funny because that one level is, or this one tier is introducing like 4 different enemies, and all of this environmental stuff and all of these other things. I kind of worry because here's the thing. I'm a sicko, you see. uh I'll play it no matter what it is. uh I'm a fucking new type apparently, but I kind of worry, especially for people who for some reason have made the arguably bad decision to play with a controller, how they're going to handle this. Um, People joke about how a Dorito would kill a Victorian child. I think this might actually kill a Victorian child.
Gary. Nicholas, you have also been playing this as well. How do you feel?
Yes, I have been playing this, and I am on the side of small Victorian child who doesn't have a mouse. And I'm stuck with the trackpad on my computer, so the way I have to play this is using a controller with gyroscope involved. So I got the 8-1 and 8-4 P ranks done. I've tried 8-2 a lot, but I keep getting like bugs and errors that kill the P ranks. I'm going to talk more about this after I share some praise and opinions on the layer. But I have a Google Doc where every single time I lose a run to a bug, I put it in the doc just to see how often it happens. And there's like over 20 different instances of it in there. It is insane. But I am the person who is playing this game in the hellscape way it was not intended to be playing, and it is both extremely disorienting and also I feel like I'm getting used to it in a way that kind of scares me. Like yeah, it was either today or yesterday. I don't remember which day. I got fed up of doing the P rank attempts, and then I just went into Cybergrind and was like, oh, I accidentally got 10 more. Like I surpassed my best rank by 10 waves, in a game where that is not a feat that you do casually most of the time. It's like, boy, my fraud is melting my brain. There are a lot of different. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think about all the stuff I have to say on it, and my brain is just kind of tripping over itself.
I mean, take it
Because
one step at a time. What's the, what, like, you've been talking about the bugs and stuff. What is it that has affected you?
okay, so like the big thing of it is obviously like it's non-Euclidean. Like there's so many different weird things where it's like, oh, you'll walk through this door, now you're on the ceiling. There's a hallway where you walk up it, and then the gravity, like, it goes in a circle, or it's like hallways that like close in on themselves to become way shorter, or the inverse way longer as you're walking through them. And that's really cool, and it feels really fitting for the game because like fraud is sort of the game bringing to the forefront a lot of the like smaller details or like greater lore aspects. Like the game has always had this sort of sense of like you're going down into hell and you can see the sun in the sky in multiple levels in multiple places. It obviously does not exist in a real physical space. Well, at least not a real physical space that adheres to our rules. So having levels that are built around that is really cool until they constantly start breaking when you have to do 10-minute perfect runs where you can't die and you have to make sure every single enemy is dead. So when enemies are constantly prone to clipping out of arenas, counting as being dead and not dead, when it's like, okay, I have to play 8-3 and I'm gonna have to keep up a perfect string of gameplay for 15 minutes, it's like I don't want to do that because this is really cool. I really like all the concepts here and the level design, and it's really nice. But please work. Please, please let me get the P right. It is kind of like it's really cool. It's really ambitious. It's so busted. It's so busted. That's my only complaint with the way what it's doing.
It
But
seems
the
like a
game
pretty
has
big
never.
complaint, though.
Yeah, well, like in casual play, it's fine because in casual play, the performance for you die is you have to do one or two like arenas again. But again, when you have to keep up a perfect run in the longest levels in the game, it's like on one hand, I don't want to be too mean to it because that is obviously like the peak challenge that the game has to offer, right? A lot of people aren't going to find themselves to be able to do that, even though the game is kind of built around, okay, everything that you have learned with this kit to perform perfectly. But on the other hand, like there's still stuff locked behind it. This is still a big part of people who play the game, and when bugs are so impactful and concerning on these playthroughs, it's like I don't know, man. These are so constant that the testing feels like I don't know how bugs like when I press the power button in 8.2 after the gravity switch, the door just doesn't open. Like the entire function of that room just doesn't work. I don't get how like that big of a thing happens. If it was just like enemies clipping into walls exclusively, I'd be like, oh, this is a weird collision thing. But there's so many issues of like event triggers not happening or there not being fail safes for those event triggers to happen. Like there are so many different times that there's no like, oops, sorry about that, go back into bounds when you clip out of the level. That it's like I don't know. I feel like this needs a lot more, like, this needs a lot of different bug fixes. And obviously, they're going to do that. They put one out really recently that fixed a lot of issues. But the fact that that one came out and then didn't fix any of the issues I ran into, and in fact, it feels like it caused more, but obviously, it could have been that those were just there before and I didn't run into them. That feels way more reasonable than, oh, new issues got added. It's like, I don't know. This is so ambitious. I don't know if they're gonna be able to go back and fix everything. And I don't know if it's like I don't know how that's gonna color my opinion of the like layer from this point on. Because again, everything that isn't just the bugs and issues that I'm having technically is phenomenal. I really love all of it, and I do want to talk about all of it because I want to give this the praise. but it's just really kind of annoying. I was like, oh, I have to roll a die 200 times to determine if I get to do the P rank for this level, and if it lands on a 1, a 100-sided die 200 times, if it lands on a 1 a single time, I don't get the P rank. It's like there's so many insanely unlikely chances for bugs to happen that they're just happening consistently because there's so many crazy things with all the wild stuff the level design is doing, if that makes sense.
Okay, but here's the thing. Finish it, it's gonna be.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't really feel a whole lot of satisfaction when I got 8-1 done. I was like, oh, thank God I finally dealt with this thing that I kept clipping out of. 8-1 was nowhere near as buggy as 8-2. I think it's just like, oh,
I'm just
I'm
saying
gonna be
shit.
so happy that this piece of shit is finished. But it is really fun. I still really love the level design. I like it a lot. I like the new enemies. I like all the different ideas. I want to talk more about the specifics in here with Lilith because this is one of the rare times where, like, I'm on the pod and I can actually talk with someone about a game we've both played at length, and it's a recent game that we both have stuff to say on, which is very nice. That doesn't tend to happen.
That's true. I mean, I think it's good that we're eclectic in that sense, but ULTRAKILL is also the game that they're probably gonna put on my tombstone, so I don't really have a choice but to talk about it.
Well, that's cool because they're probably gonna put it on, like, maybe not on my tombstone, but they're gonna mention it like when I die in the newspaper next to
They're
the games that they actually are putting on my tombstone.
they're also somehow still going to be working on it until then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it makes me laugh because like it kind of links back to the conversation that was had earlier about like the Xbox and PlayStation stuff, where it's just games don't come out in a timely enough manner for people to even form fond like relationships with them. Like, oh, sorry, kid, this game's been in early access your whole childhood. Get fucked, I guess. But like, I don't know. I'm of two minds about ULTRAKILL in particular because I know that this game has a big, gigantic, this game is in early access, like stamp on it. And that kind of makes me inherently a little more forgiving of things like falling out of the levels. You know what would be really funny? If they finally published the game to 1.0 and just wiped everyone's P ranks. That would be really funny because
Would you
it
say it would be a prank?
I think that again, the guys that work on this game are some kind of Lokis, some kind of trickster entities. I think it would be really funny. It wouldn't affect me at all, but the kinds of people that get really mad about like achievement hunting and completionism will explode on places like Blue Sky. So, I think you should do it. I think it would be really funny.
I think they should do it too. I just got the P ranks again. Like,
We got to get this guy a mouse.
I can do it fine on my stupid Switch controller. I figured out a setup that works fine enough
Dog,
for
you should
me
just get a fucking mouse. What are you doing? I'm sorry.
because
Why do
it's
you
just
have a mouse?
funny.
Don't
I'd
live your
play
life for the
ULTRAKILL on the
bit.
Steam Deck.
I'm having fun without the mount. I'm having fun on my stupid Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I like the game. I'm willing. Hey, my biggest issue with the V rank is the bugs, not the fact that I'm using a controller. That must like count for something. And talking about how like well accustomed I've gotten to playing ULTRAKILL on this thing. I don't even know how I do it. Again, I've talked about it before, but like I think I used up all of my game with a gun skill on being able to P rank ULTRAKILL levels with the Switch controller.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is, I do not live your life for the bit. That's what I did, and it did not go well. Okay, don't do it. not live life for the bit. Live your
Commit to the
life
bit.
in a good way.
Commit to the bit.
No! Be... Don't...
How you end up like that peanut streamer that says racial slurs.
Huh?
That's not a bit.
Hello?
that's
What
their
are we
whole life is
talking
the bit.
about?
That's not... I mean, that's not me.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's what committing to the bit does. You know.
What is the
That's not
peanut
me.
streamer?
Yeah, the peanut's
There's like just
unburned
some
peanut. You've never heard of
stupid
this? He looks
streamer.
truly. He looks like the annoying
Listen.
orange.
Listen. Do you want to talk about the opposite of living for the bit? I'm living under the damn rock.
That's fine. That's where
It's
we
not
keep you,
even
so you
like
don't have to hear
being
about the peanut.
it's I live a happy life out of touch. I don't use algorithmic feeds. I don't use the For You like front page of YouTube. I don't
You shouldn't, yeah.
I do things on purpose, and then occasionally people will just come up to me and say, "Have you heard of the peanut who says racial slurs apparently?" And I I get called old for saying no, but the amount of people I have experienced in my life who will say things like I'll say like, "Oh yeah, I don't use algorithmic feeds. I don't know what you're talking about." And then people will go, "I wish I could live like that." And it's like
You
you
can.
can. You literally control the websites you go to.
Do
You
that.
have the power to break these patterns.
Didn't Burt Peanut win the Streamer Award at the last Game Awards?
He might have. That's when I heard of
I know
him.
for a fact he was in contention.
My thing is always I don't seek this information. It's like I am a computer. I am a beep boop robot 90% of the time, and I am like I see keyword and I'm like, ooh, need to know keyword now. Need to know keyword now. I just saw someone offhandedly say fucking peanut. Now I have to look up this peanut. Why does the peanut say slurs? What is going on?
Okay, no, Moist Critical won, but Burnt Peanut was up there for contention.
Great sentence. Good sentence.
Moist Critical one, but Burnt Peanut was on there. We truly do live in hell. Welcome to hell with me, everyone.
Hi, thanks for bringing
Like
us.
the
Now you get to
presidential
learn about
race
the
in
peanut.
2040. It's crazy.
All right. I guess I'll talk about something here.
Please.
Folks, have y'all heard about this Romeo guy? He's
Yeah,
also
he's a
known.
dead man.
He's alive and well.
Well, you heard wrong about that one, Rose. Lily's got it though.
Huh?
He's a dead man. Bro is
Fuck.
dead. So, folks, I need to be just completely honest with you. I need to just. I mean, I was honest before, but I'm being more honest here. Listen. They made another No More Heroes game. A good one. They made a good No More Heroes, but it's called Romeo's a Dead Man. And this just absolutely proves my big theory that No More Heroes 3 was kind of just screwed by the whole purchase thing and it having to get shoved out the door. Like, a lot of this is... The gameplay is very similar to No More Heroes 3, and all that. It's just really good though. We talked about it last time, so I'm not gonna dwell on it. But God, it feels so good to have another one of these and feel peace.
I mean, where do you feel it succeeded where the last one failed?
It has an actual like through line in its character designs and plot. Instead of just being a bunch of random bullshit that isn't really super connected and also isn't some weird like Marvel Cinematic Universe jerk off scenario that goes nowhere and feels like a lot of complaining.
I heard the Travis Strikes Again director worked on this one
That is
a
true.
lot, which is
Yes.
definitely makes it make sense to me.
And Travis Strikes Again was really good. So it has a lot of flavor and flair, and it's it's it, it's got the like I said, the gameplay of No More Heroes 3 was not the issue. It was everything around it. It was the plot just feeling very haphazard and desperate. It was the environments structure being bad. This one is more consistent, fun to progress through, and I think that it's just well polished, well made, very very good. Got
Beautiful
soul.
UI.
It's got so much soul. Yeah, gorgeous UI all around. No More Heroes 3 had a pretty good UI, but this is far better. Um just I could just highly recommend it. Like the if you like No More Heroes 1, 2, and Travis Strikes Again, or hell, if you like 3, hop on this. It's really it is exactly what you want from that. And it has its own flavor though too. You know, like me calling it another No More Heroes, it has that like structure and that gameplay, but like Romeo and all the characters are very different from Travis. Like Romeo is a naive young man who wants to just help people and believes in the power of love over everything, but love will tear you apart. Have to kill your past in order to move forward, and that is what this game feels like. It is an actual statement that has merit to it. I'm very happy that I still need to
Maybe
finish it.
someday. I gotta pull No More Heroes off the pile.
It's fun. It's cute. I
No More Heroes 2 is still one of my favorite games, but you know what? I mean,
I think not that I think this is a particularly modern game, but based on the things I've seen of Romeo, I mean, in terms of structure, like it's not like a whatever, but based on what I've seen of this game, it really strikes me, and this is my completely exterior looking in opinion. It seems to me like what my issue with Suda was for a long time is I don't get the vibe that Suda plays a lot of different modern games, and he's very much focused on making his art in the form that he has always made his art to some extent. And when he has these collaborators work with him who do play other games and do have an idea of how to make a more, not fully modern take, but ideas from modern things to integrate with it, you come away with a much more interesting thing, like Travis Strikes Again, fiddling around with VN stuff and doing things. This one also, branching out genre changes pretty consistently and fooling around. Like, it just shows to me that more of these auteurs really need to do collaborative works, because then you come away with something a lot better.
yeah, absolutely. There's so many just like art style changes and just goofy bits and all that. Like there is an entire segment that is a like a dating sim riff, and it's A, actually funny, and B, goes on for so fucking long that it's hilarious, and all you get is an achievement, and I love that. It's so good. Um, I am so glad that this. Yeah, I'm happy that games were made, or this game was made, and that it has that freedom to it. All games.
Yeah.
Right. Rose, what else have you been playing?
Yeah. Okay, let me think about this. So, short one. I'm gonna short one and then long one. Nioh 3. Uh that is a game that is certainly Nioh. I don't know. I don't have too much to say about it that I haven't said when that beta was out on the podcast, but it's fun. It's I'm sure when Lorelai gets back and is able to talk about it, she'll go in on further detail. But I'm about, I would say, probably halfway through the game. I think the open world is very well designed, which is, the scariest part of any game, doing an open world game entry in the series. It pretty much decided to make an open world that's 3 distinct areas, and the areas are broken up into sub areas that are all designed like a Nioh level. So you basically just have a bunch of connected linear areas, which is my ideal open world to some extent, especially for a game like this, instead of Elden Ring where you just ride your horse across a field a lot. Um, I think that the combat changes are all really good. It does make the game a little easy. I think they should have perhaps overcompensated with some, make the enemies a little harder than they were before to compensate for the fact that the player has a lot of abilities at their disposal now. There's that whole samurai ninja style switching, which is really fun. I really enjoy when you switch to ninja style. It is basically like playing a Ninja Gaiden game, which is really fun. Um, since there hasn't been one of those in a hot while. Um, this definitely marks those games entering way more of a character action space where expression is the main focus, because they have diluted the experience of gaining skills and gaining moveset changes to the point where what was once you have to beat the game on New Game Plus twice to unlock the special set that lets you do the funny thing you want to do. Now it's like, hey, you're in the first zone and you open a treasure chest and you found a skill book that just teaches you that. And then you can sort of build craft separately your armor and those skills. So you come away with a lot more tools at your disposal, which is really fun, because I think that's the best part of action games, is being able to do something like a DMC Dante, right, where you're able to switch between Trickster, Royal Guard, etc., and fuck around. And this is only 2 styles, but you can have 4 weapons, so it's very much in that same vein, and it's fun to just bounce around and switch. I'm interested in getting into the New Game Plus stuff if I have time. Games keep coming out, as you know, like Pragmata and Saros are next month. So I'm a little scared of diving into that, but we'll see. We'll see. It's definitely fun. There are a couple problems I have with it, but I'll wait until the game is fully done before I can, fully judge on that. And then the other game that actually, you know what? I should finish on the game that only I played. Um, I have one more shared game that I can talk about with Nikolas.
Sure.
So I like The Binding of Isaac a lot. So I'm hopelessly dependent on the horrible games by the horrible man Edmund McMillan.
We
And
forgive you.
thank you so much.
But my
I
Tommy
really
gun
appreciate
don't.
With
that.
it with you.
Sometimes these cats have Tommy guns too. Mewgenics came out. I really don't want to say that game, so I've been calling it the horrible cat game, the criminal cat game, various things. And it's really fun.
It is really fun.
And I hate the art, and I hate the poop jokes, and I hate everything about it. But
It's really funny that he put out a tweet saying, "Are there really that many poop jokes in the game? I could only think of 2." And then there's 50 replies to it, and every single one is a different thing after
yeah,
the first area of the game.
it's hell. It never stops. I think this is less offensive to me, the gameplay part, than Isaac visually, just because Isaac is nonstop. You're in the pissy zone. Blah, 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 here's a toilet. Blah blah blah. And this is just more like fucking Newgrounds Flash game, epic edgy or whatever.
It
Way
bothers
less
me
than
less than
that.
Isaac, honestly.
The thing is that on a core gameplay level, they're very solid. I just fucking hate looking at them
I
for any
do
stretch of
too.
time.
No, yeah, me too.
I
And I
I think
think.
it huh?
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's I think at this point I've played 15 hours of each of those games respectively, and every single time that really old Xbox controller that has the fucking mottled disgusting flesh covering on it?
Yeah.
It may be a competent controller, but I don't want to touch it.
Yeah. But And this is my problem, is it's not even about competency. It's like the gameplay loop is exactly what I want. Like I hate build crafting with high numbers and thinking about stuff like that. And he manages to like create in these games that he makes these fucking builds that are like, you know, constantly variable, constantly like interacting with each other and doing crazy things that you haven't seen before in a new run. And like I I don't know if it's my ADHD brain or what, but I'm like, yeah, this is the same thing that's like when I do Final Fantasy, right? Final Fantasy 14. I switch jobs for like every single thing I do. I'm playing a new job every single time. Um, and it's the same thing here where it's like, oh, every run feels a little different. Oh, I figured out a new thing. Oh, it's oh, oh, but I hate how it looks. Oh, I hate how it looks so much. I wish it wasn't like this. I also wish that he didn't all the NPCs weren't like that and the writing wasn't like that. But also uh, it's really fun.
He
Like I
can
don't know what
design a
else to
game.
say because it's
He can't
yeah,
do
you
anything.
like
All video game writing began and ended at Battle Block Theater.
this is worse. This is like here's the homophobic NPC that's a homophobic joke.
Don't you just think it's so funny that you put the cat in the garbage when you're done with them? Like, it's just so funny.
So fun.
I tell this to my 8-year-old nephew, and he laughs and laughs, and it's so funny, and I'm smiling.
There's only one funny NPC, and it's the NPC who is this kid running a furniture store, and he's selling the furniture because he apparently spilled a giant pile of furniture on his grandmother, and he has to sell the furniture to get her out.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of a funny joke
That is a funny joke. I like
because
that.
he's always like, she seems to be fine because she's always yelling like stuff at him, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I got it." And it's just like, I guess she's
I
just
think
stuck there under that pile.
yeah, that's a good bit.
But everything else is horrible.
I don't like even mind the humor itself being edgy and immature because obviously that's an intentional aesthetic
Yeah.
choice. But like, I can tolerate it a lot better in Isaac because it feels like it's more like aesthetically intentional. Because like, obviously it's still like the same poop and pee and blood and everything in Isaac, but that kind of like because the game is more interested in sort of when it is actually like writing something and going on about like its story and characters and ideas, it feels directed towards the idea of like, okay, Isaac is this abused child. He isn't going to like be living in a nice home. He's going to like have these disgusting thoughts because he like is pulling from his own horrible reality and trying to make it this sort of fantasy, right? But in Mewgenics, we're like sort of horrible cat game. It doesn't like feel intentional. It feels like there's no sort of that aesthetic for it to pull into. It's like,
He's
and
trapped
then
there.
the cats ate poop, and then
Yeah.
the cats peed on each other. It doesn't feel like it blends together with itself in the way Isaac does. And
No,
Isaac
and it's
also
like
like it feels more like focused on the like viscera aspect of it, like the womb area, for instance. So I can kind of like it's more well rounded than this game is
I there's this
to
thing
me.
where it's like some of those abilities you get to a point where you're like, oh yeah, this is what cats do, right? Like furball ranged attack or something like that, like freaking butt scoot or something like that. Like that, these are what cats do. You can do something with that, sure. But then it's like it really is like, okay, I've never had a cat that does this. What are you talking about? I've never seen like the epic poop cat. I don't. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It sucks. But I just my big thing is Isaac, I'm a little more forgiving with. This is generous. I'm not really that forgiving. I kind of say it every time I talk about the game. But uh, that came out 16 years ago, the Flash version. So it's like, all right, that was 16 years ago. I was a little baby child. I whatever. Sure, people can change and this is
He
2020
just
fucking
hasn't.
6.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bro just hasn't. Like, all right, man.
And it makes
There,
me
there
sad.
are people that are adults in all of our lives that think that media peaked at Invader Zim and they live among us.
Okay, well, don't be
And
mean to me. I'm nice.
Yeah,
and
hang
we're
on.
kind to everyone. But no, I know exactly what you mean, and you're right. Like that, there is that type of person who's like, Happy Tree Friends was the go.
I
Yeah.
have got to get home and watch the racist peanut.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, sorry for the burnt peanut. I thought his name was acting the racist peanut for a
No,
second.
it's like the
Racist peanut.
unburnt peanut, isn't it?
No, it's the
Whatever.
burnt peanut.
It's just burnt peanut. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, enough marketing for the peanut.
Yeah, fuck him.
Maybe he'd be a voice actor in the
I
Horrible
wouldn't be
Cat game
surprised.
next update.
Because there's a lot
Well,
of funny-
apparently he hired everyone on Earth to be a voice actor
did.
in this game.
It's hell. But also sometimes it's really funny. Like okay. So every cat has a different voice. And I got a cat this morning that really, really made me laugh because when the cat got knocked down, the cat was just sort of going meow like that instead of like going meow or something. And then like when he got knocked down, he went, I have died. Instead of like a meow death scream. And it really got me. I thought that was really fucking funny. And then when I raised him, he went, I'm okay. And I was just like all the other cats are just screaming or whatever, you know. And I was just like, there's things in this game that come from the randomization aspect that are really amusing. I got a cat that can be a dog because it got infected with the dog disease. So now it's a dog.
I've only heard the voice acting for a few of the people, and I do really like that. You know, most of the things that I've heard were people just like, just being like, meow, meow, meow. But Germa like went full hog, like
He sounds like a cat.
yeah, it's so fucking funny. Germa's just doing like a cat impression and like doing like really realistic sounds that a cat would make, and it's just like, dude, yeah, of course, Germa would do that.
Awesome. And like this game could be beautiful if he just grew up.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it is still gameplay wise, it is fantastic. I like can't get enough
Mechanically, it's
of it.
awesome.
Yeah, I love all the variation. It really feels like I don't know. So like I'm playing. I can just talk about this a little bit because it doesn't really matter. I'm playing Slay the Spire 2 at the same time, and I like a lot of things about Slay the Spire 2, obviously as a roguelike thing. But I'm still running into this thing where with Slay the Spire, inherently you're going to run into repeat events and repeat circumstances, and what changes is the character you are, the build you're going for, etc. Right? But in Mewgenics, it's like every single thing you engage with changes, like every single time. Like there's just so much variety the same way there was in Isaac of like the type of room you're going to get into, the type of enemies you're going to fight, the team you have. There's little things like the way that you get items that let you get randomly change what classes you have access to at the beginning of the run to assign to them. There's entire classes that get abilities that are like this will change or something. Like I just unlocked the Tinkerer class recently because I'm a bit behind. I say I'm a bit behind. I play the game normally. Everyone else is that I know that's playing it is like I have 75 hours in this.
Yeah, I was on that deranged speed and then fraud dropped, and now I've been on that deranged speed on fraud.
God. I don't envy that. Good for you, but it's scary.
I've evened out to relatively normal playtime by now.
Okay, I just do like a run every night, chilling out in bed or something like that. So I'm at like 20 something hours, but there's this. It's just the Tinkerer that I got had this ability that was like, hey, I turn this into a random one of my class skills. And the Tinkerer's whole thing is I build robots and do weird things. And you're supposed to spec into one specific robot. But it was like, no, I get to mash this random button basically and then get every single robot. And that was really fun just for a run or whatever. And then it's like, sometimes there are runs where it's going really bad, so I have to really think about what character can do what and like use items I wouldn't think of doing just because I think this will make one turn survive longer or something like that. It's really fun. Also, it solves the problem with a lot of these Fire Emblem likes, these turn-based tactics games where the speed, I mean, you can adjust it and make it even faster, but it's like everything is so snappy. I think my only problem is that there's no undo button with how, some things can work, and I would like just like a, "Hey, you can undo this turn once," or something like that, just I but even then, it's so fast. Everything is so fast. You go through the run, you do it, like 40-minute runs pretty much for the most part, like it feels like Isaac. It feels really fun. I'm gonna keep playing it because it's fun, and I hate that. I really hate that because I never want to say the words Mewgenics out loud. You know,
But he's so good at making gameplay.
he's so good at making games. It sucks ass, dude. Ugh. Why can't he be like friends with someone who like is normal?
Why can't he be friends with me so I can make the art for his games?
It would be
No.
better. I don't know if anyone can be friends with me. Maybe that's the problem. He's always
Exactly.
like, pull my finger.
By giving him a handshake because we're friends and he's gonna zap me with an electric buzzer.
That implies
not
like
gonna be
he's some
funny.
kind of clown. This is just like this guy's in the drain gang. I don't know how
Yeah.
else to put it. He's in the sewer.
He really is, though, is the thing. If there was a man who lived in the sewer ever, it was this guy.
Yeah, it's like the opening of It, but instead of Pennywise like being an evil clown, he's just an actual clown that lives in the sewer grates.
Do you want to voice act in my game?
And
Yeah.
he's holding out Polyphemus from Isaac, and he's like, "Do you want this?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, I do. All right. Lily, what about you? What's going on? And one more.
So, I'll speedrun. Two very quick points, and then I'll talk on the big third point.
Sure.
Trails to Azure is still really, really good. I got to the through all of what I think the first day of the fourth chapter. That's insane. That's insane what they're doing to me. I had to explain to my partner in our bedroom last night, and she literally just kind of stared at me through all of it and then said, "What are they doing to you?" So, if that gives you any idea of the scale of events that are happening in this game right now, it does kind of just feel like that sometimes, where uh, if you guys want to go on Discord right now and type in Trails in the GIF search, the first GIF should be the Trails fans spoiling literally everything ever. I'm not going to maintain that prophecy, but to my friends and loved ones, I'm sorry. I am that person. But really good game. It really reminds me, after the drought of really good JRPGs in the mainstream space, it reminds me that video games can be good.
It can be.
I played a bunch of Next Fest demos. Those are really exciting me for the games to come. The ones that I was really excited for. I really enjoyed Firestarters. I know it is just literally another mobility shooter where the gimmick is skating, but look at my wall behind me. I know what kind of creature I am. I like playing games where I get to move fast. It's all about the speed. That one was really good. Annihilated, I am really interested in because it kind of seems to be doing like a combination of like a dungeon crawler and a VN. There are some writing choices that I am not the biggest fan of in some respects. Also, you can tell that the translation is really rough in some places, but hopefully they'll polish that up. And then the third one, which is second on this list, sorry, uh, the third one was really funny because I was literally in the middle of talking to Rose, and then she went, "Hey Lily, have you heard of this game?" And I went, "Wow, this looks really, really good. How did you like find this?" And she's, "Well, I found it," and she kind of did the verbal equivalent of gesturing at me, and then just went, "This looks like something you would be into." So it is basically what if neon white had like a near aesthetic.
Pretty crazy.
So once again, I've been put in the movement shooter mines, both with and without my consent. So that's just going to happen forever. But the thing that has been happening a lot lately was I didn't expect for multiple people to grab me all at the same time and demand me to play Monster Hunter. So I've been playing Monster Hunter again. The last time I played Monster Hunter Rise was in 2024, and I got really, really burned out. But I realized something over the past few months. Sometimes killing a monster with a really big sword is cool.
Only sometimes?
What?
Well, hear me out here. Even heightened aura is possible to get burned out on. You can get burned out on peak.
That's true.
And I played Monster Hunter back to back with two maniacs who are the kinds of people that will play a game for 400 to 500 hours straight and then do the video game equivalent of like rumming their tummy and going like yum yum good games, and then will immediately play the next game at the same manic pace. So being able to play it with people I love, who know how to pace themselves, has made that game really enjoyable. Every Monster Hunter fan in a 50-mile radius is going to come and kill me for saying this, but I like the longsword. I enjoy using the longsword.
Oh
I
no!
like
Too, sister.
countering. I'm
try to kill
going
us.
I'm going to draw my sword, and they're going to try to beat me with rocks, and then I'm going to parry all of them. Well, actually, let's be honest. I'm going to mess up the parry timing on the first one, and then they're going to beat me to death on the ground because I keep mashing the A button when I shouldn't be. But I've been really enjoying Rise. I don't have a pewter strong enough to run Wilds. Maybe someday.
Few
Maybe
people do.
someday. Few people do. I'm still laughing really hard at the week that we were talking about the DLC calls completely ruining the running of that game. But I don't think it runs that good anyway. I have watched a friend of mine stream it, and it seems to oscillate between looking great to existing in DLSS mid-journey screen wipe hell. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe someday PC parts will be affordable enough where we can afford to play video games again.
You know, the bubble explodes, and then we pick up the detritus left on the floor.
We get to have the fun of remembering like a year ago when you could buy 64 gigabytes of RAM for $100. Don't you guys remember? And that's where we're gonna do like a 90s like wave wipe, and we remember.
It's me looking at the eBay page for DDR5, and I go, oh.
Yeah, I missed
shouldn't
the
buy that right
chance.
now.
I don't want to spend $486 on RAM.
Don't.
Someone save us, please. Someone in a country that builds technology and not this one. Someone please build RAM. Someone save me. Someone mail me a hard drive. I'm begging you.
No, not a hard drive. You need a solid state drive.
I need something. People keep like buying me video games where it's like an SSD is mandatory, and also the game is greater in size than the entirety of like every known published work on Earth.
Yeah.
if you don't have a NVMe drive, the CEO of our game will personally put you against the wall. I need help, is what I'm saying. Monster Hunter is good, though. Always murder monsters with your friends and loved ones.
I will say that if you enjoy longsword as someone who also enjoys longsword, I recommend if you ever want to try another weapon, I find the charge blade feels pretty good in similar ways because you can do you pull out the shield to block the thing perfectly and it goes clunk and you're like, yeah, and then it's charged up and you do a
Well, you
whole
see,
thing.
I have to use longsword because I play with a bunch of switches, as in switch axe users.
Oh, but I mean, you can do charge blade too.
There's only so much I can tolerate getting slapped by people who
But
are
then you could
wild
be the
swinging
slapper.
me to death. I don't want to contribute to the violence.
Why not?
Because I want to be better than what I see in the world. And when I play with someone who thinks it's really funny to walk up behind me and slap me up in the air, so I go, what? Every time.
No, okay, I kind of get it.
I don't know. I don't want to be that.
You don't want to make other people go, look.
No.
Really?
Unless it's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
You're off the fucking.
Me? What did I do?
You're playing Monster Hunter and you're like, I don't like violence. Like, no, kill!
Listen, I play with my partner, and no matter what, she will stop me from fighting the monster to put the net trap down. I can't kill if I want to if I'm playing with her.
You should be killing too then. Monster Hunter, not Monster Friender.
Well, that's what she's trying to do. She wants to befriend the she calls every monster in the game a dog.
Literally, go play the fucking stories games.
Monster
then. There you
Friender's
go.
coming out this
Yeah.
week. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Go play stories.
Monster hugger.
Stories 2 is pretty cute, and the new one looks pretty good.
All right, let's see. Is there anything else that you all want to talk about before I hit my last thing? That'll be the Rose. There's a
Hi.
there's a doozy for you. Yeah, hit your
Yeah.
last thing.
All right, so I've been playing Bungie's Hit New Shooter Marathon, the extraction shooter that was released on Thursday, Friday, Friday. I don't remember what day. Thursday. It was Thursday. Yeah. Anyways, I've been playing that. I think it's pretty good as someone who hates extraction shooters.
People, everyone is being fucking insane about this game, but please.
Yeah. So, yeah. And part of that I understand because there's a lot of layers to this, right? First, we talked about Highguard earlier. There is just that omnipresent Concord hate group out there who is just every time a new game comes out, they're refreshing the Steam charts going, "Ooh, I want to say it died." And it's like, Jesus, okay. There's people who genuinely, and for valid reason, have become disenchanted with Bungie as a company. There was plenty, Destiny is a pretty weirdly handled game, broadly speaking. So Destiny fans have always been the most unhappiest people on Earth. And when there was all that stuff semi recently, this game alone had, some fraught development where it was revealed a lot of the art design was cribbed from a specific artist. I saw that they have solved that. Anti-Real, I believe, is her name. Uh, she is in the credits for this game as a design consultant. So they ended up reaching an agreement of some kind and working it out. But that's just one of the many issues they've had. Issues with their founders talking about insane stuff. But so I understand there's a lot of angles to approach this from, but broadly speaking, it's a really good game. It feels really good. It's very well considered. It's clearly coming from a place of people who have played a lot of games in not only that space, but a bunch of shooter spaces. It is very Apex Legends, for example. There are a lot of things I could say are one-to-one taken from Apex Legends, but improved in some way. But really, it's, I think, okay, When I played Destiny, I was playing it mainly because I love Halo quite a bit. I like Halo a whole lot. I played Halo Reach every day when I was a little child. I couldn't stop. And there is this problem in Destiny where the game kept becoming lighter and lighter.
Mhm.
Like, the enemies stopped having as much impact, the shooting stopped feeling as heavy and deliberate, you weren't exactly making tough ammo choices outside of your fucking power weapon all the time, and also, like, the PvP in Destiny, I this is my personal opinion, sucks. You're playing a game where everyone can have a bunch of millions and millions of different guns, so you never really know what you're dealing with outside of a weapon type, but you could be fighting against someone who's using a grenade launcher, and their grenade launcher could function completely differently from someone else's grenade launcher, you know?
Hmm.
And it just doesn't feel good. And also, because they have to have that variety, no one is focusing on specifically how one gun feels. They're focusing on how each archetype feels broadly within the space. In Marathon, there are like 12 guns or something. So it's back to the Halo thing of they thought a lot about all these guns. There's battle rifles, there's fucking all this stuff. And they have some loot modifiers and stuff like that, but it's not meaningfully engaging it. It's more like, hey, this player might move a little faster when you shoot at them or something like that. I I'm so happy, to be playing it because, I didn't think they could make a Halo style PvP shooter again, and,
Yeah.
they did. So I am very happy with that right now. I wish the time to kill was a little longer, but still, it is feels the way that those old Halo games did, specifically Reach, and I love that. I love that about it. I think visually it looks amazing. When we talk about Romeo as a Dead Man, we talk about the beautiful AI, right? AI UI, right? Like the way that they thought about all these things and really knelt into an aesthetic. Um, this is the same thing here, where they went all in on their techwear, corpo, like crazy aesthetics, like brand logofication that you would see it from something like Arknights, but like cranked up all the way to a maximalist sense. You have these really vibrant colors that are still washed out to some degree to fit the nature of the world, but they aren't washed out in the way that a blue filter movie is. It is more like, hey, this is a very deliberate place and you're going around it. Um, the iconography they designed for all of those. So the way that the game is designed, basically, is it's a 1 to 3 player team-based game where you pick from a class of 6 or 7, I can't remember, um, classes, and you, basically go in, explore a map. There are 3 maps in the game right now, there's another one coming in a couple weeks, and you try to find as much loot as you can and fight off any, like, robots who are just AI enemies or other players that you run into at any given point. Um and you try to extract. You have a decision basically after the first 5 minutes of being in a map to extract whenever you want, whenever you feel comfortable, whenever you feel safe to. And it creates this great tension of trying to figure out when you should leave. I feel like that's why the genre is popular. You figuring out when you should leave, what you should do, if you should go to that new objective that just popped up on the map, if you should try to figure out this puzzle this time when you're carrying a really expensive item that will help you in the future, stuff like that. Um, And what you do on these maps is you have a really robust selection of missions from 6 different factions. You can see here I'm in front of the Arachne faction, which is the violent, killing, evil faction. Um, that that's a faction where you get rewarded specifically for killing other players. Like every time you get a headshot on another player, you get reputation points for them. Like stuff like that. There's a medical faction, Nukal, and when you pick up food or medicine in an area and it's like of a certain quality or whatever, you instantly get reputation with them because that's what they want you to do. Uh, there's a bunch of stuff like that. All of them are very defined with thematic concepts with how it relates to the storytelling of that area and what they represent. Um, it's really interesting seeing the way the story is presented because this feels like they really genuinely did learn from Destiny. where the initial problem with Destiny 1 was that it was a game that wanted to tell a story, but they didn't know how. And if you look at something like Halo, they had the terminals that had the deep lore stuff, right? That you would find in each level. And that would just be like the Marathon terminals from Marathon, these places where you go to be told a story. While the core narrative of a Halo game is Master Chief going place to place, basically. And Destiny tried to adjust that by going all in on the terminal idea. At the time, Destiny 1 used a phone app, which was insane, but that was the era, right? And Destiny 2 just adapted what was in Destiny 1 seemingly obligatorily. And I know people like that. People like these Dark Souls item descriptions. I don't. But what they did in Marathon is it's way more like Marathon, the game, the old one, the old FPS shooter, where you are getting entire pages of conversations that are in the aesthetic, look like they're on a terminal, like green on black. They're like broken up into multiple segments, unlike Destiny, where it's just like they might be scattered across all sorts of gear or something like that. You just do things in the game, you find items, you find lore, you read about it, you do it. You do it outside the lobby, so it feels like you're going back home and figuring out what happened at the place that you were just at and what you were involved in. There's also progressive storytelling from engaging with those different factions, agents, and stuff like that, and learning about what they're going for, what they're doing, how this whole situation happened, this weird like post-apocalyptic scenario on this like a not terminal, colony world that Earth has tried to establish. It's super cool. It is feels like versus Destiny, where Destiny was this weird super cinematic game that was broken up by moments where the true story that explains everything is in an item description. This feels way more like, no, the game is not being broken up by a cinematic cutscene or event that is going to happen. You are doing your fucking job and you are going home, and that is where the story is, at home. So I feel like this structure works really good for it, especially with I can see visually in the future going forward, this live service format working really well for the type of story they're telling because they have created modular maps and zones where they can change the weather, change locations, have ships. They have a whole event that can happen where a ship just fucking appears in a giant cube, just
Ooh,
goes over an area slowly unfolding, and then it just blows it the fuck up
cool.
randomly while you're playing. And it visually, it's crazy. And based on like how things have progressed over even just a few days it's been out, I saw they activated terminals where you can talk to Durandal. And like by solving weird puzzles in the map that aren't super obtuse, but you have to remember you're working in a scary environment where you might be PvP'd, right, while you're doing it. It's interesting. It's cool. It feels like you're finding something secret versus Destiny, where it's like, maybe early on Destiny felt like you were uncovering something secret, but that gradually becomes the format of, yeah, I have, finished the raid, so I get to learn why I did the raid in
Right.
Destiny. Versus Marathon, where it feels like you understand the chords of what you're doing, but the deeper minutia, the background, how we got to this state is being explored in those terminal entries, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just really like it. Me and Skull have been playing a bunch. Spencer, sorry, I should use his site given name. Uh, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Like I don't like extraction shooters. I tried Tarkov years ago. I tried that Dark and Darker game. I was not a fan of the format, but something I think it's just the quality that we have here. Like this is people who know how to make an FPS game. This is people who understand what makes an FPS game feel good. What like the fact that this isn't like that fucking Arc Raiders game where this is my darkness speaking, but when people talk about that Arc Raiders game and they talk about how awesome it is that everyone is your friend in this PvP game and that you're a bad person for killing them or whatever, like it just makes me mad because it's like on a certain level you do love to see the humanity connecting, whatever, blah blah blah, but also like I want to fucking play the game, I don't want to have to like do some sort of jumping jacks in my mind about whether or not this person is okay to kill, or like
Yeah, it like there's something beautiful about seeing like humanity spring forward and all that, but like it's one of those things where it's just like just if like you are playing the video game. The structure of that video game is what it is. If you just want to hang out with people, go download VR chat. There's
play
plenty of
Helldivers.
like if you want to play something competitive or cooperative, play Helldivers. Like like sometimes it's fun to be in a TF2 server and everyone just starts congaing,
Yeah.
but if that was the entire game, then that's not that game anymore. Like that's just bullshit, I've seen people posting on social media being like, like I'm so mad that I can't just be a friendly in Marathon. It's like, don't play Marathon, like just play a different video game.
Fine.
Like you did not like you want a different. It's the same thing as people being mad that this isn't like a single player game or something. It's like,
it's
like,
the
take it on
same
its merits.
people.
Say something else. Just play something else.
It's the same people that get fucking mad that Final Fantasy 14 isn't like Infinity Nikki.
Yeah.
Like they're mad that there's story content that they have to play dress up with their little doll, but it's like, okay, then you're not engaging with 80% of the damn game.
Yeah. Play something else.
That is definitely a problem I have with the broader game space and I think this Steam reviews continuously make this worse and worse for sure. It's always been a problem, but there is this, I mean, YouTubers are the real problem, right? Twitch streamers, etc. Where it's like,
Sorry.
Twitch, it's all your fault.
We're
Twitch
ruining
streamers
everything.
do this thing, right? Where, and I notice this a lot with Apex, where they aren't thinking of the game they're discussing from the perspective of actually playing it, understandably so. They're approaching it from, how do I make content with a capital C that is appealing to people? Oh no, I died a lot doing this thing, or oh, my build isn't ideal. That means the game is horrible. And we need to mold the game into a point where it fits the idea of what content I want to, push forward. And then that extends to just capitalizing off the gamer mindset, where the gamer wants the ideal super game all the time, right? And it's like, with this specifically, seeing the single player comments, it is like, yes, I understand everyone. I love Halo campaigns. I love Marathon. I liked playing, Marathon 2 and seeing how insane it was years and years ago, and I would love that for them to do another one. But I don't understand where this comes from after they've worked on Destiny for like 15 fucking years. Like, it's like, it would be like if you were all of a sudden, okay, that's a bad example because John, you would immediately say, I want that. I was gonna say, it's like if you like pulled Kojima now after making all these games and say, make a new Snatcher.
I
And
mean,
it's like,
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll just... it's okay.
It's like you would want that in that example. That's why it's a bad example.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's still, to some extent, you can understand how it would be like, hey, you're asking him to make a visual novel after he has made these insane systems games for like 10 years.
It's more like if you grabbed Kojima, told him to make a new Snatcher, but then specifically said it needs to be a visual novel. You cannot do anything with the new stuff. Like he'd be like, why have me do this? Like why would I even do this? Yeah, like it just...
Yeah.
Well, it's also, it ignores the capacity of the people who make things to have preferences over the things that they make.
Right. It's the idea that this isn't art being made, it is a product for me to consume. It has to be cultivated because it's supposed to represent a thing to an audience. Like, it is the equivalent of complaining about someone making, oh, I made this beautiful dinner, I love making it. And it's like, well, I wanted pizza. And it's like, well, too
Well, I
fucking
mean,
bad.
it's also like the kind of person who, like, you follow an artist because they draw fan art that you like, and then they start drawing something else, and so you fucking whine at them for 5 years.
Just unfollow them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all the comments I got on my lesbian fan fiction that's like, you should write Saber and Gilgamesh. I think that would be awesome. And
No.
it's like, what?
Go somewhere else.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't understand where this mindset comes from, just broadly, because I think it just consistently ignores. Okay, to be clear, I am fine with people disliking what a game does,
Mhm.
but you should take it on its merits. You should take the game as what it is, not what you imagine it to be. A complaint I see all the time is talking about marketing, or this idea of, well, I had the idea that the game was this, and it's like, I'm sorry,
Well,
but that's on you. Like, what do you?
I
Yeah.
mean, you wanna know what's really funny? It's like culturally we're going back to that one fucking Doom 2 review that people have been clowning on for decades, or not, or a Doom review where it's like, if only we could talk to these creatures, and it's like,
Yeah.
you're talking about a thing the game isn't trying to do.
Yeah, and there's like definitely angles you can take, but they should come from engaging with the game rather than, especially with this case, it's a lot of people who, we're never going to play this game, right? Like a lot of the people talking about this game and complaining about it, we're never going to play whatever it was. I would hesitate to imagine they would even play it if it was a single player shooter, Like, listen, I fucking played Marathon. I like it a lot. It is a fucked up game, old as fuck, all these things. I refuse to believe these people asking for that to play Marathon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, it's the same thing that you and I have talked about in the past, are the demographic of people who will watch a video essayist
Yeah.
talk about their interpretation of a game and then go, ah, yes, I have now mastered this game. I am now qualified to speak on this game that I have not played because I watched Mandalore Gaming do it, and now I understand it all perfectly.
And that's the thing, is it's like I've always been of two minds of things, right? Of like, I'm like, it's perfectly valid to experience a game through a let's play or something like that, right? But w- there is games are an interactive medium. They are full of choices, even if they aren't choice driven games. These are games where one person's playthrough of something is never going to be identical to someone else's because of so many factors, so many reasons. What if you put down a game for X amount of days and then you came back? You now have a different experience of engaging with that game than someone who played it all the way through. Like, this is a medium where I genuinely think you need to have some. If you're going to critically think about games, if you're going to discuss them and have opinions on them, you need to actually engage on some sort of level. Like, you need to, like, I don't know. It I'm just always torn on this because there is like a part of me that wants to go like, "Hey, like, if you don't want to play it and you just want to get the vibe for it, that's fine." But it's like, there needs to be some nuance to how you're evaluating that game then, if that is how you experience that game. It can't just be like what Lily's talking about. Like, that Majuler guy made a bunch of videos about Ultima, right? And now I see a bunch of people talking about Ultima. And I'm like, you fuckers didn't play Ultima. Shut up. Like,
Well, these are people who complain about like being incapable of playing an FPS 5 years old. You're not
yeah,
playing fucking Marathon.
yeah,
You're complaining
exactly.
about accessibility options when fucking like Pathways into Darkness was a goddamn game played in like a window in a window.
Oh, I do think that the new Marathon is a lot like Pathways to Darkness. I gotta say, it's really something.
When they
Um,
announced it, I made the joke where I was like, why did you do this with the Marathon IP? The Pathways into Darkness IP is literally right there.
and the answer may be they know, based on some of the story stuff they're doing.
Oh, okay. All right. Fine.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
like the thing is that all these people complaining that Marathon isn't like a single player thing. Like, there are games that are like new games that are probably fitting that exact mold or will fit that mold in a few years or something. It's just, you just have to not be so focused on only AAA. Like, go
yeah.
look at some
Well,
boomer shooters. Like,
even outside of that, this is like motherfuckers complaining that the starters for the new Pokemon look boring and they haven't played Pokemon in 15 goddamn years.
Yeah.
Or
It's
also,
just
and the thing is too, is like even if you do want to play those games or whatever, you could just put your starter in the fucking box. Go catch something else. You have options. Do other things.
I have to post. No
You
matter what.
or you could just complain. Or you could just complain.
But yeah, yeah, it's very frustrating seeing a lot of the conversations around this game because I think it is genuinely a really good game. I, like I said, I hate these extraction shooters in the past from everyone I've played, but this one feels so deliberately designed. It feels like they thought about a lot of things. Um, I think it's a damning thing when if you are talking to people about what their critiques of the game are who play it, their main critiques are the battle pass kind of sucks. Like
Nightmare.
that that
Nightmare,
is
nightmare,
such a
nightmare.
non-issue. But what I mean is that's such a non-issue that it reflects on what the broader, vibe of the game is, which is it's pretty damn good. I I am wondering how they will keep up the momentum, how it will change. Player communities will constantly grow and shift with time, metas will develop, etc. But right now, just going through all these story quests where to be clear, like the story quests like activate things in the world for you to engage with also. Like it's not never just like, hey, kill people or find item. It's usually like, hey, go to this specific location and you get to go through this whole event and then you'll get lore afterwards or something like that. And I think it's really cool because it does mean like other people are probably trying to do that mission too. So you have that inevitable friction of players clashing into each other naturally. And that reflects like the thoughtfulness of the game's design to me. Like this is a game designed to create these events, create these things, and it tries to tell its story outside of that because of how, putting story in the middle of that game would break the momentum and get in the way of the personal stories that you're developing. Like, I don't know. I think it's really cool. I think it's very obvious that they are designing this with the intention to ask for it to be a single player game is frankly absurd and just rejecting the concept of growth and change and concepts in design philosophies that can happen. It is basically refuting the idea of something different. Um, and I hate that. uh, but yeah, I'm gonna keep playing more. Me and Skull are playing. I did it again. Me and Spencer. He's a real human being, by the way. I don't know if you know this. Um, Planning on maybe doing a stream for the website at some point if we can figure it out and get a third. Um, but
See, I
yeah.
I would play it, but uh I am one of those I can unfortunately say that I would be one of those people that would end up playing it by myself and then having a bad time and then not wanting to play it.
Yeah, I will. Well, okay, two factors. One, also, I think you would get scared.
What?
I think you might get scared because it's
Why would I
scary.
get scared? Is
It's a little scary. Two, they actually did something really cool, which is there is a solo class, and I think that's awesome. It is a class that forces you to solo queue. And I think they also have the choice of going into lobbies where you are with other solo people, but you can also be in lobbies with, the other groups of 3 people. And the way it works is you basically get a bunch of weird moves and random stuff put into your inventory, and you can pretend to look like the robots that people are fighting.
Pretty good.
And I think that's such a cool idea in that space and showing that they're really thinking about what the classes should do and how they can be meaningfully different from each other and how that should inform plays, like how it should be informed by play style and how it should inform play style. It's really interesting. Sorry for the effusive marathoning rant, but I was pleasantly surprised by it because I was sort of like, we'll see. I'm up in the air about Destiny, but I love me some Halo, and it's like, oh, Halo, oh.
I'll have you know I resistance trained with horror games last October. I'm much better now.
I know.
This is
I
a
know.
lie.
But imagine if you were alone.
Oh, that's the scariest thing of all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we just I I want to talk about my game, but it's like we've been going.
Could just do it. If it's too long for our editor, I will help edit.
don't know. I feel really bad about that. I think we.
Do you
Sorry,
just want to? Okay, if you want to wait for Pokopia for next time, when you
we'll talk about Pokopia next time. And I think we'll.
Can I say one quick thing about Pokopia if we're not going to talk about it this time?
Sure.
Okay, so last time I was on here, I think I mentioned that I was going to be playing. I was going to be joining my friends who have been going through the Final Fantasy series in order, and 8 is the next one, and I've been really excited to get to 8. Somehow, like the group I'm doing it with is like Pokemon freaks. Like when a game comes out, they don't exist on the internet for the next 2 or 3 weeks because they're playing
yeah.
a Pokemon game, and they all just like. It seems like they just forgot the game was coming out, so like they scheduled doing Final Fantasy VIII around now, and then like a week before Pokopia comes out, it's like, oh wait, shit, new Pokemon game, fuck, never mind it. And so I'm just kind of like waiting here with my thumb up my ass for us to play Final Fantasy VIII, and just like this game better be good, this game better be that good that I'm just like waiting for them to get tired of it.
I mean, I was kind of.
with my friends.
I was planning on not picking it up until all the previews came out, and it was very, very, very positive. So I was like, okay. Let's just do questions real quick. Let's just do the questions real quick, because they are kind of precedent, as it were. All right. If you want to send a question, go to Gamesline or podcast@gamesline.net on your email. You can also go to our Discord server and we have a thread to post questions, or you could just message us in however other ways. There you go. 2 questions are from Crystal. First one here is you are suffering a plumbing issue that requires the services of a professional. Recently, the Mario brothers have split into independent businesses. Who do you call, Mario or Luigi?
I'm a Luigi fan myself.
I mean, I prefer Luigi on a personal level, but I think if I want to be sure that my plumbing issue is squashed with no issue whatsoever, beyond that, I would go for Mario, because Mario would not like cry or get scared or
Okay.
Well, do you have ghosts in your toilet? What would he get scared of?
Yeah, I want to offer a question to add on to this question, and I'm posing it at you, John, since you are the arbiter of questions. Okay. Does Luigi have Professor Egad with him?
That's a good point. Yeah, if it's just Luigi by himself, absolutely not. But if Egad's there to like set him up with stuff,
Yeah.
Luigi would probably would probably get it done faster than Mario.
He'd get it done faster than Mario. His games are shorter.
Yeah, that is true.
You need to show Luigi some respect.
Listen, I respect Luigi, but you know, you're saying like, oh, would there be ghosts there? If Luigi's doing something solo, yes, there would be ghosts there. That's just what happens. So like,
Luigi does stuff solo in the Paper Mario games all the time,
and you don't see
he
it.
He does.
Who's to say?
Just because you don't see it doesn't mean you don't listen.
Who's to say the ghosts aren't there? Who's to say the ghosts aren't there?
What happens down the P trap of your toilet? He'll get it done.
Who's to say that it wasn't ghost themed? All those adventures weren't ghost themed. Who's to say?
You want to know something?
What?
He got through all those too.
That's what I'm saying.
Even if he got scared.
Also, like, yeah, Mario has more of a struggle with the ghost houses. I'm just gonna say, like, in the Super Mario world, he has to find those fucking hidden exits. I bet Luigi would just find that shit instantly.
Look.
Yeah, but you got through the ghost houses in Mario games in like what, 5 minutes? Luigi has to do entire games to get through his ghost houses.
Yeah, because he's fucking good at his job. He's fixing it.
He's thorough.
If Luigi,
he's making sure no one has to go through the ghost house again.
If Luigi is properly equipped, then I agree. It would be him. That would be the choice.
We're doing fucking power scaling.
We are
with in quotation
plumbing,
or like in parentheses with Egad and preparation time.
Yeah, plumbing. All right, I think that
Mario parentheses base form small.
I think that answered.
Imagine how long Mario would take to do everything. He'd be going wahoo! You do a fucking triple jump to get to your toilet, and it's like
Listen, I'm stressed. If my toilet's not working, if my shower isn't going, I don't care how jovial you are. I don't want to hear a wahoo.
So you'd empathize with Luigi's concern because that's how you feel in that moment. So you'd be
Yes,
like, "Oh,
he's
we're on the
taking
same
it
page."
seriously.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm
He's a
with you.
professional.
All right, I'm gonna nip all of this in the bud, and I'm just gonna say they would never split. Mario and Luigi would never split. They love each other very much. They are brothers forever, and this would never happen. That's the real answer.
It's true.
Bowser kidnapped and murdered one of them in 2 alternate realities, a different
It's-
each reality, so they have to.
They would find each other in any universe.
Businesses.
What if the Mr.
Yeah,
L
but they still have their
situation?
own individual
Luigi has
businesses.
amnesia. And
Then Mario would help
Luigi
him.
has amnesia, and he thinks he's named Mr. L, and he runs
That's
his
exactly
own Mr.
right,
L
John.
plumbing business.
I didn't expect this to be such a heated question.
Mario's like family.
They're the Mario Brothers. They're brothers. They're together. They're the Super Mario Brothers.
They found the secret warp drive while working on the drain.
While working on the drain together.
I think Luigi would take longer, but he'd be more thorough. He is prone to messing up, though. I feel like Mario is just gonna get a fine job done. But I don't know. I don't know who I'd pick. I guess it comes down to how time sensitive it is for me, I guess. If it's something I need done fast, Mario is probably better at that, but if I need the problem thoroughly dealt with, Luigi's probably the better pick.
Our next question. Also from Chris. Happy International Women's Day. We are recording this on International Women's Day. Thank you, women. And thank you. And every day.
You're welcome, John.
Can you share some words of appreciation for the women in your life? Do we want to allow the women to speak on women? Should we do that first, or is it
I'm quiet, so I'm not interrupting a woman.
Women. Women. I'm thinking about women. I'm massaging my temples. Women. Women.
Okay.
In serious though, every woman in my life is beautiful, enriches all of us, and I think should be appreciated with all of our hearts and souls.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I was like, oh, could I do some sort of I'll read out a list of women, but let's be real, you know me, that would be too many women. So, but let me be clear, there's never too many women in the real world.
Rose could name 100 women.
I really could. But I'll let the women speak for themselves.
John, name one woman.
From what? Just in general?
Name one woman.
Just a woman.
John, name a woman.
The girl Pepsi Man.
Oh, she still has man in the title. Go figure.
I looked over and I just saw. It's the first thing I thought of because I saw the
win.
The witch from this Pepsi Man cup. There you go. That's a woman.
Why is it Pepsi Man is the only woman?
Because this is what's in front of me. I don't know. There's this one slapping him. That's what's in front of me. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I was like, it needs to be something in front of me.
Yeah.
The fact that it needs to be something in front of me, and then I'm like, okay, the girl Pepsi Man from the commercials, and then I what?
Name a woman, and then it's a sitcom bit where you have to look around the room and find objects to assemble a fake name.
Yeah, why did I just P-tier Griffin that? What the fuck is going on right now? Oh my god. What the fuck was that? I will be serious. Yes. Like I have learned plenty from many women in my life. I am very happy to have a lot of friendship, a lot of great relationships with a lot of really smart, really strong, really incredible. Cherish that every day. Nicholas, do you have anything to say about women?
I think women are badass and cool. I like talking with them and hanging out with them. I want to do it more. Go women. Woo.
Our last question is from Firing Shoulder, who asks, "You are given license to destroy any single work of architecture anywhere in the world. Which one do you choose?"
That's a great question. Man. Man, that's a great question. There's a lot of options that could be really funny. It's
Can I
too
pick
good
something?
almost. What?
Can I pick something that is currently under destruction and immediately destroy it once it finishes?
I
It's
suppose.
yeah, sure.
That like fucking White House extension they're building. I think it'd be really funny if the millisecond they finished it, it just pooped out of existence.
It just falls apart.
Where did it go?
There are so many extremely valid political choices to that. Just picking one, very difficult. And also, you know, it's also it's like the correct answer, but it's also just like not. I don't want to just I don't want to have to be like, well, I would choose the woke option. But if you
I mean,
want
I'm
to,
not
you
doing
can.
it politically. I just think it'd be funny.
It would
Whatever
also be
highway
funny.
loop is closest to John's house.
Oh, okay. You know what? It's fucking the construction around here has been really bad. That is what you're saying is probably legitimately what's happening right now. Like
I've seen the Texas highway loops.
it's not
They
good.
are nightmarish.
It's not fucking good right now. Like getting on and off the friggin' turnpike right now is a bad. I had to like get I had like my I was trying to go on the highway a couple of days ago and I had to like pull off and like go around just to get to when I went to see the Uma Musume movie, I had to go off like path like 3 times just to get there on time because the traffic was so bad. So, your wish has been granted, Billy.
Okay.
Um,
Everyone say thank you, women.
yes, thank you, women,
Thank you, woman.
for ruining my driving. Um, I mean, that was like a retroactive punishment for my Pepsi Woman uh display there. That was just like, you know what, you were stuck in traffic because of what you did now. So, that's what I believe. Um, I think that I mean, there's just like a bunch of like I don't know. Is Rushmore architect?
Yeah,
Then yeah,
I'd say that's
get
architecture.
at it.
If someone could say the bean in all confidence, then it counts. So Mount Rushmore, if we could just zap them back into being mountains, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I would do that.
It's one of those things where it's like I I think having a cool ass statue of your leaders' faces as like a prominent display is an interesting idea. But of course, disrespectful aspect of it to the native big problem. And I mean there's also just like the issues of the United States presidency, etc., etc. Yes, that's I would say just zap it back into being last mountains. That would be
I'm still really trying to think because there's just so many options. There was one that I came up with, but then I found out that there are other ways that you can get into it. Because I was gonna say this might sound crazy, but I think it would be really funny if the main bridge to Sanrio Puro Land in Japan was just gone all of a sudden, and you just can't cross over to the entrance because that's the only thing I've ever seen people go in via, like a bridge over a river going
Are-
into the thing.
Are you like saying this because you want to like trapped inside of there, like just like
It would be fun, but more I was just thinking how funny it would be in this circumstance of like, we want to go over there. No, we can't get to the Sanrio Land.
You are just creating Spirited Away again.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's other ways to get in there. So I don't know. I am thinking amusement park is the funniest option, though. There's got to
Yeah.
be something, not in like a way of like, oh, we removed the Ferris wheel, so it exploded or something. I'm thinking like, if you like removed the Epcot globe, what would happen?
I
Nintendo Land burned to the ground.
I don't
Yeah, Donkey Kong's gone from the Donkey Kong Land.
I don't want anyone to get
Kong on
hurt.
fire.
I don't want anyone to get hurt, but I think if someday just like the fucking Cinderella castle completely collapsed, that would be a really funny.
Whatever would
After the
upset
meteorite
Michael
struck.
Eisner the most.
Okay. Picture this.
Okay.
That fucking Harry Potter part of Universal Studios, a giant sinkhole. It just falls in.
Before it sinks into the earth, though, someone miraculously saves all the butterbeer, though.
Yeah, oh, okay.
So good.
You can get mead.
Yeah. Okay.
I destroy the house.
You can
next
drink
to
Pepsi.
Rose that has all the noise coming from it, so that way they like give up on making construction.
Pepsi for pizza and video game.
I also have this one, where he's getting his ass bitten by a dog.
Great. Man, you could destroy so much and it would be so much fun. Like if you just like what would they do if the Lincoln Memorial it's gone? No one knows where it went. It's just
I
gone.
mean, it's also funny because the particularities of this specific question, it says destroy, but does it mean in like the video gamey like Sim City sense
if you
where
get to
you
destroy it, yeah, like booping it or versus like tear down.
Yeah.
Okay. That is an interesting point because I do feel like if it's a teardown situation, Mount Rushmore is a pretty good one. It would feel pretty good. It would feel like Power Washing Simulator to do that, right?
Well, if you could reshape it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. The Cinderella Castle would be great for that.
That would be really funny. I don't know. Do I want to like? You said Lincoln Memorial. I think the Washington Monument could go because it looks stupid as hell. But like I
Sure,
wouldn't want to get rid of like the like big like the water. You know
Yeah,
what
the
I'm
pond. Yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, sure.
And also I think the Lincoln Memorial looks pretty good. I wouldn't get rid
Yeah.
of that one. That's fine. Again,
I knew you'd do it for Lincoln or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Again, patriotic doofus.
Again, I don't stand for a lot of things in this country, but I think like I think the link. So that's just my onion. I'm not gonna argue too much though. You know, it's not one of the. It's like one of those things where like if it were up to me, I'd keep it around. But if everyone wanted to get rid of it, I'd be like, all right. Not gonna hang my hat.
Bill Fish's house.
Bro, what has he done?
Like years later, for no
Yeah.
reason, just
Fuck you, dude. God. All right.
He wasn't even. I was thinking of Jonathan Blow. Why did I get?
Yeah, I mean,
You're
yeah,
just taking
Jonathan Blow,
sprays.
yeah. Yeah,
I
Jonathan
think
Blow,
both
yeah.
suck, but yeah.
All right. All right, I think that'll do it. Thank you all for being here. Sorry again that it went on for so long again, but and also sorry that I didn't get to speak about Pokopia. We will do that next time. Oh, I will lock in about Pokopia next time because I've only played. Actually, I've played. That was a lie. I'll talk about it more. We'll convene. But yes, if you are watching us and you are new, etc., if you're listening to the podcast, you find out some more stuff here. We have our website, which is gamesline.net. Check that out, where things will be posted. Yeah, Rose, you should have your trails
Yep, should be up
review
pretty soon. I imagine
soonish.
I'll be done this week.
I say that not to rush you. I'm just saying,
No, yeah, it should be. Hopefully, it's been like a month and a half.
Maverick
Ugh.
has his Scott Pilgrim review up if you want to check that out. Lily, you posted your article about trails a couple of like a week and a half ago about. So there's stuff to check out. And you can follow us on Blue Sky, which is also at gamesline.net on there. Or join our Discord server, thegamezone.zone. Type that into your web browser, bring you straight there. Come hang out, come chat, come be in a place that's chill.
Be friends.
And I know that Discord is, iffy right now, but that's where we are right now. And if that changes, we will let you know. But that is what we're doing right now. You can go to youtube.com/@gamesline for our VODs, saved VODs. And if you're listening to this podcast after it's recorded, you can go to twitch.tv/GameslineTV on Sunday at 4 p.m. CST, just about. We're not on time a lot. So that'll be where the podcast is live. If you want to support us monetarily, you can go to patreon.com/gamesline. We have our $3 tier if you so choose. To support us, I keep saying we want to do the anime podcast. I don't know when we're gonna do that. We will figure something out. But for now, hey, support us. We're an independent video game website that just is doing this on our own. We don't have any advertising. We don't have any other means of money. Like, I mean, some of us have day jobs, but this is just funded by the Patreon. So please support us if you have the means. And thank you to Melt Channel/Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. Their recent stuff is Magic-Circuit. And from what I've been told, they have new music coming out soon, and Maverick said that it's real banger stuff. So I would maybe subscribe to that page and buy the music on Bandcamp Friday. Every first Friday of every month. Rose, where can people find you?
Over at Blue Sky, fatamorgana.bsky.social, and also over on Twitch, Curry Draco, like the food, and then like the dragon.
Nikolas, where can people find you?
You can find me on suspectcactus.bsky.social. Maybe one day Twitch. I don't know. I need to test that.
Lily, how about you?
I can be found at galilusdatura.bsky.social.
You find me at john.gamesline.net. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening and for participating, etc., etc., etc. We will be back, hopefully next week, with another episode of the Gamesline Podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.